be some dynos. I didn't see that.
I was chatting to one of the route setters. He was telling me the women's route is more endurance-based. So easier moves overall, but you've got to hang on. But the men's has some really weird bouldery sections in it. And there is, look at that twizzly thing. That's the only thing I can describe it. It's not ice, it's plastic.
Yes, I saw that when it was not on the route. And it made me wonder. It will be interesting to see how athletes will tackle this.
Yeah, I thought maybe you grab it with your hands, but apparently not. It's got
I think it's
holes
slippery,
drilled in.
but it has definitely the blue spots are holes where you can put your ice axe. It's same marking as it used to be on the ice barrels or ice blocks.
Yeah, and that is a difference from Korea, actually. So we had ice barrels and blocks in Korea. We don't have that here, Saas with its unique style. And can I talk to you about the holds themselves? Because a lot of them are real rock.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of holds are Saas specific. So athletes don't know them from other venues or events. So sometimes it is really figuring out on the go. I think it's some holds are marked. The good spot on them is marked because otherwise the local athletes would get some advantage from knowing the holds.
Yeah, they get an advantage, wouldn't they? So that is what they have ahead of them, and our first athlete is out.
Yes.
And we have got, who we got here? We've got
Asadi.
Yes, Asadi is coming on. And then for the men, it will be Lim to kick things off from Korea.
Yeah, so Asadi is Iranian climber. I think she appeared on the world climbing scene a couple of years ago, and she already started quite strong. She was improving through the years. So, I'm curious to see how she will do.
Absolutely, me too. Well, she's got her jacket off, and there is Lim stripping his as well. Those big white jackets from Korea that everyone is jealous of.
Yes, those are really nice,
I know,
right?
I want one so much. So Korean team, if you're listening, chuck a jacket our way, please. All right, so the men's, remember, more bouldery, more intense, especially down low. The women's should be a slow burner, getting harder and harder as you go up, and especially once the women hit the top head wall, that's where the moves really kick in. First couple of quick draws are pre-clipped, but if you fall off below them, it's still all over.
Yes, it's pre-clipped due to safety reasons. It's not so nice to fall with your crampons on, so it's nice to have to be safe off the ground when the falls can happen.
Whereas Asadi is starting on the ice, you can see a little bit of a slip there. It's a bit nasty to climb ice with these crampons.
Exactly. We are ice climbers and we look so clumsy on ice because our tools and crampons are not exactly designed to climb ice. Yeah, we saw a small slip here on the men's route.
Yeah, he struggled for a moment, didn't he, to get that big side pull in. Looks a little more comfortable now.
But Asadi is moving steadily. I think she maybe goes more carefully at the start and then picks the pace, because it's always a shame to fall early on the route, so climbers tend to be careful.
Yeah, and that's going to be tricky with the time. You have to climb quick through this, so it's going to be interesting to see that one.
Yeah, exactly. You want to climb quick, at the same time you want to make sure you have the holds on the right spots, you have them securely, not to make a mistake, so that is always a challenge in this sport.
Yeah, exactly that. And she's doing some good, solid moves, though, but does need to maybe pick up the pace. We will let you know with the clock. It's a bit tricky to display it right now, but if the athletes come close to timing out, we'll let you know. Both moving quite hesitantly down low.
Yes, it looks like they are moving very carefully. We don't see closely the holds, but yes, might be some tricky holds. These are metal holds that Asadi is taking.
Yeah, she reaches up into the first of these big blue volumes that's bolted onto the walls. Meanwhile, Lim with this really nasty kind of Gaston-style move as it crosses over.
Yes, these are very tricky. You have to hold it on a reverse grip.
Oh, the atmosphere is starting to pick up here. We're coming up to about 10 past 11 Central European time. By the time the finals comes around tonight, every layer of this car park will be filled with people. And Lim now starts to traverse over to the left.
Yes, this looks like a intense move. Maybe it's not so much visible, but it's a lot of body pressure he needs to put in this to stay on the wall.
All right, so he crosses over another reverse grip.
Yes, with the reverse
wrap.
grip. Yeah, he tries to see if it's a wrap, if it's a spot where to just to hold it as a bit of a side pull.
Yeah, so he now matches Asadi. Meanwhile, she's up into what looks like a Stein pull there, way up above her head.
Yes, that's a rocky Stein pull. We had it in the qualifiers route. If you have it right, that's a solid one. I think it's long move waiting. Yeah, she did it very well.
Yeah, now she matches ice axe in her mouth as she kicks through, and Lim with this huge move out to what's a really...
Yeah, it's another swinging move for men.
Yeah, so they're hooking what looks like a quick draw. It's not a quick draw.
Yeah, exactly. We were joking, the same sling was next to a quick draw, so I was telling a friend, don't mix it up, clip the quick draw and hook the sling.
Yeah, and you get this big swinging move over to the left from
Yeah, he did it really well.
So hello to everyone on the chat as well. We've got lots of people joining us. Do let us know where you're watching from. My Adventure Worldwide is from New Zealand, part of the Scottish Dry Tooling Club. Fair enough. Neta Lujetska saying nice to hear Maria in the commentary box. So you've got some fans there, Maria.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lim hanging off as he enters the pillar section of this route. This is a fascinating bit of wall.
Yes, and I think it is added here, maybe for this year. I haven't been here last year, so I don't know. But for me, I see it for the first time. So it is, it's very narrow. You don't have a large space to balance when you get on it. Yeah, and Asadi is already in overhanging section. She's shaking a bit because it's no wonder the pumps start to get in.
And you can see one of the giant Saas-Fee rocks above her head.
Yes,
That's what
exactly.
you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's a real rock. This one looks quite good and positive, but they could be very tricky. And of course, the metal ice axe on rock, it's always slightly slippery. But you can make it worse. The metal holes are more slippery.
It's difficult to gain a sense of perspective in this Saas-Fee wall, but the athlete's nearing the top section here of the arch that crosses through, and then the extension goes above this arch. And Asadi now on what is sometimes an ice barrel, but in this case like a big plywood block.
Yes, it is a plywood cube that is hanging on the roof of the structure.
That's a great shot to zoom down on Asadi as she hits or starts to go towards the more vertical section.
Yeah, this is an impressive part of the wall to get to.
And Lim, meanwhile, on the thin metal holds, checks the time. And he will be running out of it, and you can see how fast he's suddenly moving. Asadi loses her feet.
Yes, it's a bit of a struggle, and it's very unforgiving because it just gets more and more overhanging and less chances to rest. So these athletes really have to have immense endurance to tackle with these routes.
Yeah, and she's got figure 4 locks in there?
Yes, that's figure 9. This is figure 4.
We lose Lim. He falls on the pillar. So we just stick with Asadi as she wraps the giant rock above her head.
Now it's with the rock.
Kicks high above her head, and I know this is where the arms start to burn.
Yes, exactly, because it's virtually just hanging all your body on one hand or one arm, and you still have to move on.
Yeah, she's into metal holds now, it looks like.
Yeah, a heel hook might be a good tactics there for sure.
I find heel hooks in ice boots terrifying, just gonna say.
Yes, but I think if you have good shoes, they are very helpful to have some. Maybe not so much on the kick in plywood, but when you do rock dry tooling, for sure, wherever you find heel hook, it takes a lot of weight off your body.
Well, it's just the dagger that's sticking out the end of your feet that worries me in a heel hook.
Yes, yes, you have to be careful for sure.
Asadi, they're dropping the clip, so she goes back to the reverse grip, now shakes out.
I think maybe slightly tiredness is kicking in, and she's struggling.
About 30 seconds to go, because the clock isn't 100% accurate, but it gives you an idea here. And she's doing really well.
Yes, I think she's climbing steadily, quite fluently, doesn't stop. for a long time, doesn't struggle with the moves. So I think it's a really solid performance of her.
But according to the setters, every move gets harder from here on. And with 6 seconds to go-ish, she's going to get timed out here.
Yes, she needs to just get points for additional holds. Yeah.
Well, there we go. The time is called. She'll make the clip because you definitely want to.
Yes.
Stretches up, and that's not a bad score for our first climber out. Right, let's just do a little bit of a shout-out, shall we? So we've got Margarita watching from Slovakia. Ragnar's just tuned in from Denmark. We've got Melody Sarah back again on the live stream from Colorado. Hello, Melody. Your son, right? Yes. Sam, maybe clever later. James Thurston watching from England. Hello, James. Jordan from Canada. Ragnar asked, how is the temperature in Saas-Fee today? Ooh, I don't know the exact...
I think it's around -1, -2. It's slightly below 0, but it's a very nice sunny weather.
Yes. It is beautiful. That sun does make a difference. Presnek Mek, I think, says hello from Poland. Lovely. So thank you, everyone. Do keep your comments coming. And we have an expert in Maria in the commentary box with me. So any questions you have about ice climbing or climbing in, just ask her, send them along, and we can find out.
Yes, I will try to answer. I've been in this sport for many years, but mostly from, below the score list.
Well, it's nice to have you here with us. Okay, next to Andreas Gantner. Now he's looking very relaxed at the moment. Made it into the semi-finals, and Selina Bossard will be out. So the first of our Swiss athletes.
Yes, the home team, Swiss team, very strong team, as every year, and I think Saas-Fee is their venue to star.
Yeah,
Andreas
Gantner. They get for the
Gantner,
crowd is great as well.
Yes, exactly. It's very nice that maybe not morning for semifinals, but definitely evening for finals. The parking lot will be full.
Now let's talk about this rule, because you can use your hands on the hold. That's fine, but you won't get awarded the points for doing that. You need to touch it with the hands.
Yes, and this is even a structure that doesn't count as a hold. So it's like an intermediate. Yes, in order to make it count, you have to have your Isaacs in and the previous Isaacs taken out from the previous hold in order to get full point. So, yeah, maybe we can recap pointing system. So the points are the holds. It's the number of the hold. And you have a 0.1 point if you touch the next one, and you have 0.2 if you controllably hold it while still holding the previous one. And when you remove the Isaacs from the previous hold, you have a full point for the next hold. And the holds are just like numbered in the consecutive order.
And I think it's going to be important in this. I mean, we saw certainly for qualifying that some of the athletes were literally separated by 0.1.
Yes, and that is true. It can happen to you. It can happen that you miss the finals or semi-finals just by not removing the Isaacs from the previous hold. Sometimes the scores could be really tight and the time is just like not forgiving anything.
Oh, we're just watching here as Andreas had a little bit of a moment on that small metal
Yes,
hold.
I think this will be moment for more climbers. It's time to focus and time to very precisely hold and load these small metal holds.
We can see the leaderboard on the left now, so Lim leading the way with 20. That's our top climber. Andreas approaching that with 11 at the moment.
Andreas is now at the 11th hold, as we can see.
We saw some shots of Selina Bossard getting ready to climb for the women. Now this big reverse grip underneath here.
Yes.
Getting maximum extension. It makes that reach look easy.
Yes. If an athlete is slightly taller or very strong, sometimes it can look like the reach is easy. Then you can see another athlete struggling a bit, so you get a bit of perspective.
That's the thing with you athletes, you make everything look easy.
Yes, exactly. The good athletes may look like the holds are good and moves are short.
They should put me on the wall. I'll show you how hard it really is. Make it look more difficult. Right, Selina is underway. James Thurston on YouTube asked, how high are the walls? They're over 30 metres with this extension, so it's an absolutely mammoth wall here. So imagine hanging on ice picks for over 30 metres, most of it upside down.
Yes, and also for 6 minutes. I can tell you after 2 minutes I started to feel really tired, so you can see the perspective of a normal person. And these elite athletes, they just have to hang on with no significant tiredness accumulating over these. Over these 7 minutes.
Now she hits the first of the icy barrels actually over on the left, which is a cool feature I think to put in.
Oh yes, I think it's a nice feature, and I think it's 2 holds that you know that are secure, that you should not fall off. You're not gonna fall off them.
Yeah, Andreas Gantner has a big old figure 4 in there.
Yes, reaching high up on something that looks like a metal hold with a small hole, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, very extended as he hits a Stein pull with the right. He'll want to get those feet up so the Stein pull is better, but he loses the feet just hanging on that Stein.
Yes, and this Stein pull, I can tell you, it's just like 2-3 millimeters of your peak going in, so it's better not to investigate it too closely.
Yes, don't think about it.
Yes, you have to trust that your peak, that it's going to hold you there.
Yeah, and he's approaching where Lim fell here, so expect the leaderboard to move if he keeps going.
Yes.
And Selena is climbing nice and steady.
Yeah, Selena, she's very strong climber, very good endurance, and I think she has like a very powerful style of climbing when it's needed. So yeah, I think she's doing really well.
Yeah, she is looking good. She will have to pick the pace up though. We know how long it is. The women do get longer than the men, but still.
Yes. So far in the lower section of the route, it doesn't seem that there is any eliminating move. You just have to keep moving.
All right, well, she's made the transition from left into the centre of the wall onto the grey volume, and then quickly now she goes back left.
Now she goes to the Stein pool.
Now, Andreas is reaching the monster move we were talking about, this weird spirally plastic thing above his head.
Yeah, let's see how he will.
It's not ice, it's plastic. But there are some holes drilled into it, and it's a huge move. Yannick was telling me, just massive reach. And then you've got to, as he said, rip the left ice axe out of the previous hole.
Yes.
Look at him, he's getting set.
Let's see, it's a bit of a dyno, but he's holding strong.
And now this is the rip move, so the left will be, and this is the problem because that left is really locked in underneath.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes the hard part of the move is not to reach the next hole, but to remove the ice axe from the previous one, which sets you a lot of balance to a huge swing.
Keep an eye on Selena Bossard here. Look at this, and he loses the axe. This is what we're worried about, and down he goes.
Yes, that is really hard.
So that was the problem. So we'll go back to Selena now, full screen as she wraps that right pick around.
Yes, one of the rock holds on the route. She's holding reverse grip and moving on. Long reach. Yes, she finds the spot where to hold.
Yeah, plenty of time though, around about 3:30 on the clock.
Yes.
Right, reaches the first of the clips. That camera angle makes them look like they're right next to each other, but it's a bit more spaced out.
Yes, it's in the space. It's sometimes when it's shot from behind, it's hard to appreciate how overhanging the wall is.
All right, well, she matches here. A little bit of a slip, but manages to hold it, upgrading the hands on the grips.
Yeah, now she will clip the next one.
Okay, so that's in. That's a better angle just to see those.
Yes, we see the consecutive order.
The camera team up on the top right taking great photos. It's what's so cool about this structure is you can get pretty much anywhere on it.
Yes, it's good for the spectators, for your teammates. They can see you climbing very close. You can also observe the routes. As for qualification routes, you can go around and look at the holds.
So big fig four here on the wooden cube as she moves towards the vertical section. 25 is her current score. 30.1 is the high point from Asadi earlier on.
Yes, she's approaching the roof. She's got still quite a lot of time to move on.
She's back. Thank you to also everyone who's commenting on YouTube. I'll read some comments out after this run. Some funny comments coming through. All right, well, that's the extension above her head, above where it says Ice Dome. That was hoisted into the ceiling during the summer, adding about 10 meters to this already massive structure.
Yes.
It's such a good hold, that one, isn't it?
Yes, this one is a good hold.
Well, has the wrap in, now upgrades the hands. That void beneath her will be pulling her down as she crosses the legs over again.
Yes, figure 4, and she's moving up to another stone hole. This one is not that great. It's a smart stone made in Slovenia. And it's a manufactured hold. I think they have a procedure to make it harder, not to break.
Ah, okay. Well, coming up to the minute mark here, she'll be getting encouragement from the Swiss team as she stands tall here. But remember, every hold gets worse from here on. Very delicate on this hold. You've got to be careful, not move around that axe too much.
Yes, exactly. It's probably very small hole to hold on to. You have to keep your ice axe in position, not to wiggle on it.
Yeah, risky stuff here. A couple of clips to go and time on the clock to do it as well. Are we going to see our second top in? Only the second athlete.
Yes, it's really good to see the athletes move and climb. It's very sad if they sleep early on the wall.
Yeah, the photographer moves around. He's got to be careful there. Something of a climber right there.
I think he's used to that. Yeah. And it's, I'm sure he will do some really great shots.
Now, keep an eye on that clip. She's got to get it in. It's a bit of an awkward one as she leans to the left, trusting that right Steinpull.
Yes.
4 seconds.
This Steinpull is good if you load it properly. Yes, and she's moving up steady.
I think she's going to get timed out here. There is the timeout call. So she'll make this last clip. So not a top, but pretty close for Selena Bossard.
Yes. 20 quick draws clipped. That is an impressive amount of climb.
Linus back underway. Right, YouTube. Let's see. So Ragnar's asking which venue has the best coffee. Good question, Ragnar. Good question. I'm going to go Edmonton because it's a city and there are lots of coffee shops. That's the easy answer, isn't it? Hello from Rotterdam, Thomas Franco. Lovely to see you. Someone was going to bed and then they deleted their comment. Whoever was about to go to sleep, I judge you for that. Please stay up and watch. Why would you go anywhere? This is brilliant. So Linus Beck underway. The clock starts ticking. 6 minutes, remember, for the men.
Yes, he's tackling this first part. This volume that you have to or can take by hand, I think that's a bit of a Saas special. And I think they were here 2 years ago, definitely. And I think some route setters, especially Yannick Glattard, as I heard, like to set challenges like that for climbers. That's
because he's a rock climber as well, you see.
Yes, and I'm a rock climber myself as well, so I welcomed this, but it's... some athletes don't really welcome mandatory hand moves on the route.
But it's something I really like about the circuit is the fact that we do have a different style in different locations.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's kind of cool, because wherever you go in the world, it suits some athletes. It doesn't suit other athletes. It's interesting.
Yes, and what is that maybe some people that don't know this sport so well don't realize that it's different everywhere and we have to tackle with completely new problems at every venue so that we never saw, never climbed. Mm-hmm. It's not some rehearsed choreography. It's a new figuring out of things. So it is a very complex sport and you have to be a very complex climber. You have to have set of many different skills in order to efficiently move on like a new terrain that you never saw before.
Yeah, I think efficient is the right way to describe it. It's saving the energy for later on in the route as well.
Yes, exactly. It's a lot of tactics. You can also
Linus looked in trouble and he is in trouble. That left Steinpull just wasn't solid as he moved into it. It pinged as he went past it.
Yes,
you can see the disappointment.
That is this so-called floating undercut that you need to pull. You cannot lean your head towards the wall, and it's a lot of strength required for this. And that was just so unfortunate for him. You can see that he's not happy, he's disappointed.
No, he's not. And we're going to try to get a replay of that just to see exactly what happened.
Yes,
it happens so quickly when it goes.
Yes, exactly. And it's really hard even for the climber to wrap the hand around, what just happened? Why did I sleep?
Yeah, and then you have to go away and have sleepless nights. Let's watch it again. So this is where it started looking to be a bit shaky for him.
Yes, and he starts to pull up, and the higher up your body is, the easier is the pull.
There it is.
And his Isaacs just popped off the hold.
Okay, so...
This is Erika.
Yes, we've got Erika here coming on.
From Finland. She did incredibly well in qualifiers. She did really good climb. So it's her time here on the wall.
She's a great personality. Well, I remember talking to her last year about, I think she's a semi-professional horse rider as well.
Yeah, I know she's horse riding, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a really nice person, really fun to hang with. We trained a bit in Utrecht after the comp, so yeah, and she's a solid climber.
Yeah, she is. And she's got to turn her head on immediately, though. She moves away from the ice. Nice, simple start for the athletes, but it just unnerves you because, as you said, these tools not necessarily designed for pure ice climbing.
Yes, and yeah, you have to be a bit careful, and you don't really feel like in your own skin, especially if you also do ice climbing outdoors. You have completely different crampons and probably also different axes, or at least different peaks. So yeah, it's you just don't feel like it's the terrain you should move on with this gear. But the pre-drilled holds, that's good for the ice axes, is always a good hold, and for the crampons or fruit boots, they don't really kick in that well.
Well, she's back to the ice now, moving the feet
back
up.
to the ice.
You know what's great in our commentary box is we're quite close to the wall, and you can hear the kicking onto the plywood, and it's such a visceral feeling.
Yeah,
it's so
right?
aggressive. It's really cool to experience it. You should come and watch if you're listening to this. If you get a chance, come and see a World Cup, because it's fantastic in person as well.
Yes, and also the plywood can be different quality and different style on different venues. So some climbers try to take a different front points for crampons or for the fruit boots, if it's softer or if it's harder. So yeah.
Well, we have Chol Kim Min up next for South Korea as he takes off that jacket. Bit of an early fall from Linus Beck before. Jory is asking a question. Does normal, in quotation marks, ice climbing use a grading system like other forms of climbing? Yes, Jory, it does indeed use a grading system. There's a dry tooling system, there's an ice climbing system.
Yes.
We won't go into the details now, but yes.
they are different type of grades. And in principle, you can try to grade this route as a mixed climbing route, but it's very hard to grade any competition route because usually, also in sports climbing, they get gradually harder and harder.
They do, and it's something we see in other competitions as well. You know, when you ask setters that question, they hate asking it because it's just you can't compare it because the moves are weird and tricky. It's trying to get the athlete's time is a factor. So yeah, you're right. Hello to Oz Miller who's watching. He says over 200 people are watching the live stream currently. That is brilliant to see. So hello to
that's
everyone.
Really nice.
This Saas Fair event, a big one. I know we've got Petra Klingler is in the house somewhere watching, I think, tonight's finals.
Yeah, that's she's a legend of this sport, also of bouldering, and very good Swiss athlete.
Now, watching Erika, I think she's being a little tentative at the moment. Maybe needs to pick the pace up a little bit here.
Yes, maybe she doesn't feel that experience on competition venues, but I think she's moving very carefully.
Yeah, so almost stemming between the two sides of the wall here. Meanwhile, Chol is coming up towards where Linus fell.
Yeah, he's doing great with all these metal holds and all these Gaston sideways moves.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here we go for this transition over towards the left into the dodgy Steinpult. We saw Linus struggle.
That's the tricky section in men's route. We can already saw athletes struggling in here.
Yeah, first of the cruxes for sure for the men down low.
Yeah, but Kim is looking quite steady.
Let's see. So he's slightly higher as well, which might have helped him. Linus was a bit lower.
Yes, I think the higher you can step to start pulling this hold, the better you will be.
Well,
that's a risky move, but it may pay off.
It might, but I mean, he's committed to it now. That left axe is shaking around on the small hole. Can he make it work?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It looks like he managed to load it in the right direction right away, and I think in this sense, then it pays off. If you can skip a tricky move.
Yes, it was a good commitment. I doubt he would have read that from the ground. I think it's something you
Yes,
decided
I think exactly. I think that was this improvisation moment, because we have to be prepared to improvise.
Exactly. Well, Erica has done well. Nice and steady. Would need to pick up the pace at some point, but at the moment is looking okay. She comes.
Yeah, she's looking great. She's looking like she's not tired yet. Moving steadily on.
And Kim has a big swing, but manages to hold it. But the pillar approaches for him. Looking good at the moment, enjoying these more bouldery moves down low, but this is another big swinging move. Looks very solid, really loading that right axe.
Yes. I'm not sure if I can judge, but I think the swinging move in the qualification was longer. At least the athletes struggle with it a lot more.
But he doesn't like that right pick, does he? Now kind of finds a hole.
No,
Is he in the right part of it? I don't think he is.
It's one of these unique holes that you don't... Probably he didn't see it anywhere else, so he needs to figure out on the go.
He might even be in a screw hold, you never know, which is allowed in the new rules as well.
Yes, it is allowed, but usually you don't want to take it, because usually the place where it is intended. Erica, we see her now struggling, but hope she manages to untangle herself, and
she's climbed into a very awkward position here, hasn't she?
Yes.
And that is unwrap the body from it.
It is easy to get mixed up in figure fours and figure nines if you just miscalculate what you should do.
And I think she has kind of done that, because those feet, she wants to drop them down now, but you can see how hard that is to do.
And it is very hard to correct. Once you get into figure four or figure nine and you decide to correct it, it's a big struggle, as you can see.
So nightmare moment for her. What can she do to figure this wrap out? No. You felt that coming for a while. She was in some trouble.
Yes, you could see her struggling, but it's a very good job from her.
Right, let's stick to the men's. So Kim is on the pillar now. This is where things get pretty techie.
Yes, where metal holds and the really long moves.
So he's approaching the high point. A couple of holes to go. 23.2 from Gantner is a high point.
Yes, he's steadily approaching. He's got 40 seconds left, so it's still time to make a couple of moves.
Up to 21 now, I think. Gets that clip in, but we know what's to come, and it's not going to be enough time to top this route.
No, it's not, and I think he knows his time is running out, and he will just try to make as many moves, gain as many points as possible. Because
skidding around a little bit.
Yeah, and I think around this place is going to be very tight.
I think a bit of fatigue as well. Not very accurate on this. Misses it 3 times. 4th in and misses it.
Yes, and
just goes for a wow.
I think he knows he timed out.
Yes.
So he just wants to save himself from a very long fall.
Yes, as I would too if I was him.
Yes, it's not as obvious to fall with ice axes and crampons.
No. Well, he is down and out, but it was a good performance from him. Right, YouTube, come on, keep your comments coming. And do me a favour, just crack that heart button down on the bottom right. We'd like to know you're listening. I have a huge ego, and I need the hearts to pop into the screen. So please hammer that button.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
It's immediate affirmation. It's a wonderful thing. Right, Kim is down. Waves goodbye to us.
Yeah, it's really nice to see athletes that come down off the route smiling and waving. I think he's happy with his performance, and I think he's done what he hoped for.
Yeah.
So that is really nice to see.
Yeah, his home World Cup was a week and a bit ago, and you can go and watch all of these competitions for free. And last night was the speed competition, the finals.
Yes.
So if you haven't already, go and watch that. Because it was a really exciting.
Yes, it was really exciting, and I watched it. A really nice commentary from you and from Jan Mikkel also. So yeah, it's exciting to watch.
It was dramatic, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The speed climbing is very dramatic. There's a lot of action going on. So this is Annick TP from Netherlands.
Yeah, now she's a really interesting athlete. I was watching her in Bern during the Continental, and super impressive. I know she's not that experienced.
Yes.
So often she gets to move, she just doesn't know what to do.
Yes.
But she is one to watch for the future here.
Yes, yes, she appeared on the European and the world scene just recently, and she improved a lot over last years. I saw her in Brno in the climbing camp where she was training this year and I believe last year as well.
Oh, hang on now, we might have a bit of an incident here, technical incident.
Because,
she's getting called down.
Yes, because this quick draw should have been pre-clipped and it's not.
Okay.
And it's a locking binder, so it's not possible to clip. Well, that also means it's not possible to get unclipped. That's why it is a locking binder.
I'm not entirely sure. I think she'll just go away and reset a little bit here. The rope will be re-clipped. Will she have time to come back, or would it go immediately? So she will get 20 minutes to reset after that one, so we'll see her later on in the order.
Yes.
And meanwhile, we have Noah Bergman, I think that should be, not Kim. We'll see.
Yes, this is Noah Bergman, and US athlete. Yeah, he's a really nice person, really cool guy, and very strong athlete. I think, or I know he had an accident ice climbing, which involved broken bones. Probably his leg was broken.
When was this? Recently?
I think it was last season, if I'm not mistaken. So he was out of competitions, but this season he's back and he's looking very, very strong. So I'm impressed. Very good performance of him.
Yeah, psychologically, that's so hard to come back from as well.
Yes, but from any injury, it's once you need to recover, and the other thing you need to is get back to your previous shape, and that is it is hard when you know that what stopped you. Yeah. You have to get back.
Well, he's climbing well at the moment. He's getting support as well on YouTube. Melody Sarah, who is just always on this chat, which is wonderful to see, supporting her son and, of course, the rest of the USA squad.
Yes, it's really great. It's always very nice to have a supporting national team and also like friends, family, whomever supports you. That's really giving you strength and motivation. So that's always.
Look, he's going to skip this.
Yes,
wow.
And
so maybe they have figured this out on the ground.
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay, so she doesn't get 20 minutes. She goes straight back on. I guess it's the only climb.
But I think she can choose.
Okay.
She can choose if she wants rest, and if it's early.
Oh, we have a fall on the bottom right.
No.
Down he goes, and yeah, a backflip. Why not? Wow, I'm not sure that was the most advised backflip I've ever seen, but it was a backflip.
Yes, he tries to, take it lightheartedly and celebrate. And yeah, Annick, she's back on the wall. It's and that is also sometimes a bit like shaking experience when you have technical incident. To go for the second go, your mindset and the psych could be not the same.
You also get out of the sometimes, I don't know about you, but when I climb on a wall, I'm a bit jittery at first. And if you get on and you climb and then you come off and you go again, you settle yourself down a little bit maybe. So maybe it's okay.
Also, you do a couple of moves that you already did, that you know what you're going for. So that makes things slightly easier.
Oh, she's into the ice now, looking still a bit wobbly at the beginning.
Yes.
And now matches. You can see there the crowd who start to gather here in Saas, and it's so cool because you can literally just walk your way up with the athletes. You can follow
exactly.
their journey.
That's what we used to do, to run around the spiral and cheer just like next to the athlete climbing. So that is very nice. Yeah, she's moving well and steadily, making her way up. She's one of the shorter athletes, and sometimes shorter athletes have to think a bit more to do beta for long moves.
Yeah, it changes the style, the way you're approaching
Yes,
moves.
a bit, and also always make sure you hold the long handles and kick very high up. So yeah,
you can see that plywood there getting a bit chewed up. She finds a good placement there, reaches up to one of the stones, and there's a flat mark on the top of that stone, which is pretty good to hook.
Yes, I think this stone is rather okay. Of course, you cannot wiggle. You don't have a very big room for movement. This stone, that it has one sweet spot, I believe. And if you get that one, you're good. But sometimes it's easy to miss.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of experience to know whether you are on the good spot of the hold or whether you just don't have it. So obviously the pig doesn't have feeling, but you can develop a bit of intuition.
And also, we get the advantage of looking down on these holds.
Yes.
Remember, the athletes are looking up. They cannot see where they're hooking often. So yeah, you're right. A bit of instinct, a bit of luck, and experience comes in.
Yes, it's definitely combination of all.
Just see a foot dangling off the top of the screen there. I think he's quite a long way ahead.
Yeah, that will be some photographer. Well, it will be a long way to the front.
Exactly. Yeah, it looks weird on
Probably.
camera, but it's okay. Okay, so she's doing really well, walking up this
Yes,
route. She builds a bit of confidence from that bottom
Yes,
section.
she's very strong, and some moves that look long and longer athletes struggle, she can just nail them, so that's really nice to see.
I'm impressed with the way she's gripping the tool as well. She's not over gripping. You can see her actively relax that hand when she's made the move. Which
Yes,
is
and
impressive
that's very crucial. And sometimes if you feel the hold is not good, you tend to over grip even though it makes no sense.
So
This
here
is
we go.
Milan. This is Milan Pellissier, French athlete. I think it was a lot of changing placements in finals. I think he didn't do one of the routes probably as he wanted, so he needed to top the other route in order to qualify.
Yeah, exactly. He's one. I mean, he messaged me the other day about commentating, saying, "Look, I think I should make finals, but if I don't, can I come in?" But I think he's one of those who has a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I think it's very good that we get to see him on the wall.
Keep an eye on Anak as well, because she's climbing really well. No drama from her so far. Just
Yes,
smooth.
moving very steadily, not hesitating anywhere. So that is very nice to watch.
So Milan approaching the first of the men's cruxes. We've seen a few athletes skip that move. It'll be interesting to see what he
Yes.
does. And Anak searches around for this hold that makes the match. Now that axe over her shoulder, a little bit of a risky tactic, that one. You don't often see that. Often it's more in the mouth.
Yes, so you can put it to your mouth or over the shoulder, and when it's overhanging and your body is more in a horizontal position, it can fall off easily. But on the other hand, sometimes you need your teeth for taking the rope for clipping, so you want to have your
Breathing.
mouth.
Let's be honest, you got to breathe as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a bit of a decision. It's faster to put it in your mouth and out, but it's maybe better to have a bit of a rest. Also, the weight of an ice axe on adds to the weight of your head, so it's a lot for your neck to hold. Then.
That's a good point. Yeah, I've never thought of that.
Yeah, it's I have a very light ice axis.
Hang on, let's just keep an eye on him
Yes.
because he's using the Steinpool.
Yeah, he's very strong.
And that cuts her feet and falls. That went wrong very quickly for her. I think she just popped off an axe and couldn't hold it.
Yes, seems like she lost the grip on her Isaacs.
Well, she's down to the ground. We'll keep an eye on Milan then. He's through that crux section.
Yes, so Milan seemed to have dealt well with this tricky move. He tried to find the sweet spot on this rock by his hand. I think he found it.
Yeah, that's good. He was kind of feeling before he committed to it, but that's a big move.
Yes, no.
Yeah, would have cost him a little bit of energy that, but not
it.
too much as he swings in now. And another big swinging move to come. It's a pretty straightforward move, but you've got to be accurate with it.
Yes, and it takes some coordination. You have to be used to doing these moves because you can watch that for some athletes it looks easy. Some just struggle to get the right direction of and the right coordination of your hand and feet and body movement. So yeah, those that make it look easy, it's not that straightforward. It takes a lot of skill.
Just on one foot
Yeah,
now,
lost his feet. That's never saving you energy, but he can recover from this and move on. Let's hope for that.
Yeah, so he'll shake out on that. That was the hold.
Yeah.
It's good to see a close-up of this because this is where I think
Yes.
Nick hooked the screw hole, not the hold itself.
Yes, I think it's a stone hole that has like small ledge, maybe with an in-cut.
Just in the middle bit.
Yeah, just in the middle. It's like small cut ledge, but it would be interesting to see for sure.
Great shot to show just how overhanging it is as well. Very steep through here.
Yes, it's good to see from the side because then you can see that the athletes are really like tackling some overhanging wall.
Slow motion climbing here. He's really not happy with that axe placement.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Well, he's got to trust it now as he comes into a Steinpool on the metal holes. Now gets that left axe out of the way quickly.
Yes. So now he's kind of safe. Long move.
He's burnt through his time though. About a minute and a half left on this run.
Yes. He has to pick up a pace a bit, so let's see if he's able.
Yeah, a long way to go and some hard moves coming up, so he needs to find something quickly here. And you can see still outside of the top 3, 18 at the moment. We're looking for just 8, remember, to move forward into tonight's finals.
Yes.
And gets this clip in. It's pretty run out through this section. There it is, safely in now. And this is where we saw someone struggle before.
Yes, it's no wonder you have to take this Steinpool, make another move quite far out. It's not really visible from here, but it's a bit. Also that the block swings, it's not really helping you to save energy.
Not at all, but that's a powerful move from him.
Yes.
Big lock off on that right arm. That's box though, and he can't hold it. Legs kicking in the air for a moment, but down he goes.
Yes, I think he's happy anyway.
He is. Well, he's up into provisional third with a 22, just below the high point.
Yes.
And Eni Bertling is underway, and it's so good to see Eni back on the scene here. She's competed for a long time, now runs the youth scene in Finland a lot. She's running the youth champs for the IFSC later on.
Yes, she's very strong athlete. She has a very nice style of climbing very fluently. It doesn't seem that she's rushing, but she climbs very fast anyway.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of experience. She's a really good sports climber as well. I saw her in the finals of Scandinavian Championship.
No way.
So, yeah.
So an all-rounder as well, and running the youth scene. And setting, I think, in a while. In
yes. So she's doing a versatile climber.
Well, she'll know what the deal is with these routes. It'll be fairly easy down low. You need to move through it efficiently and quickly, and she won't hang around down here.
Yes, and you can see that she just have it very precisely on the first go, not hesitating anywhere. So really good climbing style, and she's very strong.
Yes, she is. With nice lock-offs at the moment, confident with the feet.
Yes, exactly. And she also does make some moves look easy because she's got like lock-offs of steel, I would say.
I like that. Lockoffs of steel. Yeah. Good way to describe it. Well, she's getting lots of support on YouTube as well. People are sending their messages through. Do that. I love to see it. As Ale from some people. Cosner asks, are the holds custom-made for the competition? Are the athletes familiar with them? A bit of both. Occasionally we get a custom-made one, like the twizzly thing on the men's route. Sometimes it will be stock holds that athletes can buy and practice on. But in ice climbing, more than in sport climbing, we do see variants of holds, put it like that.
Yes, and I think the aim is that it should be fair to all the athletes. It shouldn't be that some athletes know the holds and some don't. So we should have holds that will be on the routes available for us to see and try in the warm-up zone. And also in the holds that we might not be familiar with, sometimes the spot where we should take it is marked.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing, because one part of the game might be to look for the good placements. Sometimes you have to look for the good placements, but it should be fair. Everyone should look, not that some people know because it's at their home wall and some people just don't.
Yeah,
so
it's easier said than done. And although that's what we try to do, sometimes I know it can be hard. So yes, and it's something that's discussed a lot with athletes.
Yes, it's a big discussion about holds and everything. Also, sometimes there's just a hold no one have seen. It's new and it's put on the wall. It's hard to see from below, because only thing you get, only knowledge about the route you get, it's from observing it from below. So sometimes it's hard to see what it is, where to take it, and climbers have some time to observe this route and also discuss between each other, come to some solutions how to take it.
Well, Florian Gantner nearly has a moment there.
It's a struggle, but he managed.
On the wall there for a moment to steady himself.
Sometimes it helps to stabilize some position, so could be a good move.
And Annie, meanwhile, is approaching the
Annie is moving very steadily, very nicely, not stopping anywhere. Yeah, now Florian is at the tricky floater, but he seems to be tackling it quite well.
Yeah, he's through that move now, really commits to holding that lock. Annie now, for the first time.
She now has a moment, okay, I see, trying to find this spot, because I think this is Saas specific
We've seen a few athletes do that, just search around on that specific hold. And Florian as well, really trying to peer into that hole and find the correct solution.
Yes.
Because you have to do a huge move off this bad hold.
Yes.
And you can see those feet not quite in the right position, needs to readjust.
Yes, this is this long move.
Well, he has got the range now. Good work from him as he kicks through. And Annie has suddenly slowed down here.
Yeah, maybe searching for the good placements just like got her bit out of the pace. Or maybe she's starting to feel the overhang.
I know she hasn't been on tools that much, so this is maybe where it's starting to kick in for her.
Yes, that's what she says. She mostly trained for sports climbing. So the skills are
Florian, he just got all tangled up and in a bit of trouble here.
Yes, he seemed to be struggling.
Look at that drop knee from Eddie as well. That's enormous, but it doesn't pop. It was a risky drop knee always, and it didn't stick for her.
That was a risky move. Sometimes it's a tricky decision whether to do a figure four, where you really have to load those tired hands.
Oh, and I don't think Florian's got that correctly yet. Yeah,
now it's correct. No.
Yeah, he tried to wrap it. It's not there for the wrap.
No. I think it's like a cut in the ledge. You have to take it straight like this, like we saw the other athlete. Yeah, he knew he lost a bit of time there, so he's trying to pick up the pace.
He has got time. 2 minutes 20 is faster. Somebody around about 1:30 at this point.
Yeah. And
you can see the speed, you're right, suddenly kick in here.
Yes, he you can see that when he solves the move, he tries to get moving and get some speed.
Well, flicks that left leg down, careful, and as he comes up into the Stein, this is a risky series of moves, this.
Yes, now it comes long move.
He is super pumped, you can see how vigorously he's shaking.
He tries to recover a bit his forearms, so...
Careful of the right, we don't want to be kicking that, but he manages to avoid it, gets in the quick draw.
Yes.
And I think the pump is reaching that terminal point where you can't get it back.
Yes, and you could get it back, but it takes a lot of time.
But you can see the way he's moving.
Yes.
It's something called pump brain kicks in, where you suddenly lose the ability to be nice and smooth.
Yes, and it's this kind of thing. You are pumped. That's where you need to get the efficiency. But somehow things stop working for you.
Yeah.
You start to struggle more and more, even to clip quick draws. So suddenly the quick draw is just not possible to clip when you need it the most. And stuff like that, so...
Yeah, every move he's having to shake out now. Can he recover from this? Up into another Stein.
Yes, let's hope he can move on. He slowed down a bit because I think he lost some powers there. Now the pump is there, he has to fight it.
I think he's got calf pump as well. It's all body pump. He moves up into fourth position,
and
though.
this is very hard when you pump to get into figure four and still move up.
Wow, he's
but
fighting
he
through
can do it. Yes, get back to the wall.
This has
He's
been
really fighting hard here.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's such a fight from him. He's done brilliantly to get something back.
Yes, he's. You can see the struggle. You can see that he's just not letting it go easily. He wants to go on.
About 14 seconds left here, though. Can he get a few more hold? Remember the touches we were talking about earlier, those point ones? Oh, and he falls. I don't think he had anything left in those arms.
No, I think it was it was a salvation to time out. But I think he used his strength and powers for the time very well.
And separated by a 0.1 from third position, so it shows you how important that could be.
Yes, I think...
Yeah, back to the ground. Right, another legend onto the scene.
Yes, it's
McSwiggan.
Emir McSwiggan.
Now, she was incredible in Korea. Got back onto the podium after a season that wasn't her best last year.
Yes.
And just something about her, there's a calmness she's showing this year that I think is a bit different. And it's working. It's paying off. Multiple semi-finals on the podium.
Yes, she seemed to be in a really great shape this year, and the podium in Korea, that was really impressive achievement of her. I think Korea, it's her venue. She lived in Korea for a couple of years just to train, and she's for many years she's on the top. Sometimes on, sometimes off, but she keeps coming back, even if she's got weaker seasons. So that's really nice. Yeah. I'm curious to see how she will tackle this.
She's the athlete rep as well, so holding many hats. And I just want to point out that the green matching on the helmet for the Irish colours is very cool.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. All right, so Ema, after all of that hype, let's see if she can do something here. Please don't fall off early.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she will do her best here.
Yes, she will. Right, into the ice then. She'll move through this as quickly as possible, get back onto the solid ground of the plywood. YouTube, I know you love a bit of Emir, and we're already getting some support in. Ragnar's saying, Emir, go. He's just smashing the heart button for the next 6 minutes, he says. Excellent, that's what I like to see. Melody as well, supporting Emir. So thank you to everyone. And keep sending those messages.
Yes, she's got some special-looking ice axes with 3 great positions.
She designs these herself.
Yes.
So she designs them, and there's a collective of them that make them and create these tools.
Yes. And it seemed to be working very well for her. She's used to them, and she can do great performance.
And they're using and moving her hands through the grip positions.
Yes, and I think it's nice to have the support for the middle position as well.
I've got to read this comment out. McSwooning for McSwiggan. Love that. Excellent. Okay, so Florian Gantner, I think, down there. Oh no, have we got Florian? We're done with Florian. I think
we just saw Florian,
so got Park
and now he's got Park Hyung.
Yeah, so he's got AirPods off, he's gone away. Now Park is someone who was climbing in speed yesterday, did pretty well there, and look, he's more than capable of making finals here. One to watch.
Yes, yes.
He is just being delayed slightly by a judge there, so we'll keep on watching Emir, who doesn't like the look of this ice barrel, does she? So Park is being jacketed on. I think there's a bit of a technical incident for him. And Emir not enjoying these ice barrels at all as she moves through it.
Yeah, looks like she doesn't like it, but she's back on the plywood wall.
Right, Park is being unjacketed, so I don't think he's about to fly. Back towards the wall. And Emir suddenly looking a bit hesitant. She was very confident down low, had a bit of a moment. I think she just needs to re-find a bit of rhythm here. Logan 2, greetings from Canada. Early morning but fun to watch live. Yes, it is, isn't it? Well, thank you for getting up early and watching us. If you are in Europe, coming up to 12 o'clock, so it's brunch or lunchtime for you.
Yeah. Long move for Emir. She's keeping it steady. Hyung Park. He's moving really quick. I think his Korean team is very strong, as it always has been, and Hyung Park, I think he's been on the climbing scene for a very long time, has a lot of experience.
Yes, he is. Very good at these bouldery moves we're going to see down low on these routes. Quite dynamic style as well. Emir looking like she's found a bit of more pace and rhythm here as she reverse hooks that.
Yeah, she's doing really great. I think 2 years ago she said Saas was never her lucky venue, so I hope this year it can break finally.
There's a few athletes say that. I mean, some say that about Chong Song as well. They just don't get on with it, and then they'll exceed those expectations, which is cool.
Yes, and for me it was the venue that I liked and was doing well. But this year it wasn't my lucky venue.
It doesn't exist, don't worry. Next year's another year.
Yeah.
Right, watch Park here. He's up into the first of the men's cruxes down low. Will he skip the hold?
Yes, let's see if he's gonna make it look easy. Yeah,
feet are low though.
Yeah, he needs to put some strain in there, but he's moving very steadily there. Doesn't like it. Oh, matching on the floater, it's always risky, but
Emir has found another gear here as well. She's looking good.
She's looking really good, really strong. Oh, and Park is off.
Yes, he goes. Well, that was sudden and quick, wasn't it? Popping that.
Yes, he didn't find a good position, a good direction on the metal hold, and that's very unforgiving.
Yes, it is. It shows how
she's
tough this
again
sport
looking at the sweet spot on the stone, and now she's got it. Yes.
So Emir has time. She hasn't got 7:30, but she's got quite a lot of time left on the clock here. By the way, someone was asking if it's Yanya Garnbrett in the commentary box with me. No, it's not. We've got Maria here. Not Yanya.
Oh, I wish.
Yanya, if you're listening, come join me. Come on. I would quite like to see Yanya on tools. That'd be fun to see.
Yeah, that would be fun to see because she is incredibly strong, and I think that's a good base.
Yeah. Right, Emir locks in this stein. It's floating though now. The head of the axe moving away from the plywood. Still floating as she comes out onto the right.
Yes. We can't see the hold she's taking there. Oh, now we can see it's a good hold if you find a good spot.
And I'm not expecting Emir to get too wrapped up here. We've seen it from some athletes.
No,
but she's so experienced.
Yeah, exactly. I think she knows ahead what she's gonna do. Which grip, which leg, exactly.
Right, big stone wrap to come though above her head.
Yeah, she tries to keep feet on the wall. Oh, now she gets into figure 4, swings a little bit.
This is impressive stuff from Emir.
Yeah.
I've got to say,
it's steady clipping.
Yeah, one of my favourite athletes to watch on the circuit. Just so cool to see. Okay, another wrap in. Here we go. This is the stone wrap. Locks that one in. Yeah, I'm really having to fight here. The time will be ticking down. I'm not sure exactly how much she's got left.
Yeah, this is a tiring sequence, but she's making it through. And now soon she's on the wall where she can again have her feet kicked in to support her, not barely hang on the hands that have to be tired after this time.
Well, another wrap in.
Yeah,
Ema
another
McSwiggan.
wrap.
She's in third at the moment.
Yes, impressive performance. You can see she's getting tired, but I'm sure she has the powers and fight to stay on the wall and move on.
Yeah, well, and then underway for the men, we've got Zhang Lin, who's getting going.
Another Korean.
Oh, sorry,
athlete.
Junko Park we've got going here.
Yeah.
So he's underway for the men. Emir nearing the top of the wall there. Hold 18 above his head.
Yeah, Emir's moving.
This is good stuff from Emir.
Yeah.
You'd have to think this should be a finals place, really, but there are a lot of good athletes to come. Okay, she upgrades, nearing the top, swingy move to hit the green.
Yes, good precision.
She's nearing the top, she's deep into this extension, this extra section, just going for points, and Ema is so brave. She will not clip unless she has to here.
Yeah, well, at the end of the time, you go and fight for more points. So, yeah, and it's time out for her. Very nice performance.
Top spot though, 34 points. She's at the top, and that should really be a finals place for Ema. What a season she's having at the moment.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, back to Park then, as he makes this wrap.
He's starting this craxy sequence that we saw so many athletes to struggle with. So let's see how he can solve these.
Yeah, I like to see an early crux like this. It just sort of shakes things up. And it's very different routes. Women's super endurance heat, most athletes getting to the top quarter of it.
It doesn't seem that women have to struggle with single move early on the route. But men already...
Oh, he's going for the big reach. It's so risky. And he's changing his mind, I think.
This hold looks like one of the Netherlands Dennis van der Hoek holds.
Yeah, he changed his mind immediately. Didn't like the look of it. He had a plan B in his head, of course.
Yes, it's these floating steins are always tricky. You can pop off any time.
Yeah, but look, just the tip of his axe engaged here.
Yes,
and another hard
looking
one.
for the sweet spot.
Yeah, he's got to change the hands here, but it's such a risky move. We've seen quite a few fall here.
Yes. Once he's at the rock, he should be safe. Because the more you move to the left, I think the more you load it the right direction and you're not risking to pop off.
Well, foot buried into the volume. Big move to come.
Yes,
Still
I think the volume is there exactly for a better foot placement. Nice and swing.
Yeah, let the momentum go. Didn't fight it.
Yes, and you can see that it's really overhanging here. It's not a vertical wall, so it's taxing on the hands.
All right, well, he cracks in a fig four. Up towards the pillar now. He's on the screw hold. It's a bit higher, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit higher, the good ledge. The good spot.
We can see it. He can't, but he does kangaroo hop his legs up. And he's still not in it, though.
Yeah, a little bit more up. It's we can see it, but it's so much different to look from the down on the hold.
He hasn't figured it out yet at all. Like, he's going for different parts of this hold. It'll be luck if he manages to hit it at the moment.
Yes, and also he goes slightly dynamically, and that's really hard to hit the spot.
Well, he'll reassess, have a little think, but he won't be able to see.
Just to shake a bit the hand that is big loaded heavily while he's trying to do this move.
Doesn't know what's going on,
does he? It's a struggle, it's a fight.
Right, Vivian Labrielle is underway for Team Switzerland. He does fall.
He's off.
Just couldn't find the good hold there at all.
Yeah, Vivian Labrielle, another Swiss athlete from the very strong Swiss team.
She came very close to making speed finals, but not quite.
Yes, she's a good speed competitor as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Like a couple of milliseconds away from making.
Yes,
finals
and that's very dramatic. It can be like split of seconds that separates the positions in speed.
So Vivian climbing through the bottom of the route now. We'll wait for the men's swap as Lee-John Lim will come out next for the men. The men moving much faster than the women, so we're expecting the women's to finish a little bit later.
Men have a couple of tricky places, couple of cracks on the route where they struggle. So
Vivian up through the ice, and some comments coming through. Mimini something on YouTube says, he's so old. My ice climbing was done in plastic mountain boots, crampons were strapped on, axes had straight shafts, and steins were where the frothy beer came in. Like that.
Yeah, I've been doing this sport, and I saw plastic kicking, the plywood, kicking plywood wasn't there back in the days. Also, the metal holds weren't there. They emerged at some point, these floating stein pools and stuff like that.
So things have evolved in the ice climbing world.
Things evolved a lot. And also the style of the routes has changed. Nowadays, the athletes have to move much faster. But it might be said that holds are worse. And maybe the moves are not that super hard as they used to be, because it could be like you struggle with a single move, try it 5 times, 10 times. Now you have like better pace to move on. It's more like you have more of a flow while you're climbing, but you can really see the difference.
Absolutely. So, well, just to let you guys know what we're going to do later on, around about athlete number 8 for the women, so in 2 athletes' time, we're going to swap Maria out for another commentator, and we're going to bring Rob Adey into the commentary box, who's going to tell us a little bit about the Olympic process we're going through right now. So that's to come if you're watching, so basically don't go away, because we've got lots of nice guests coming through here. And Vivian, really fast through the bottom.
She's really fast, she's moving steady. Very strong and impressive endurance.
All right, Fig 4 in to make this big move up. Oh, that's a great shot to show how tiny these holes are.
This is a metal hold with 3 holes. You have to find one of those in order to be in the good spot. You can also from the bottom side. So it's good to think of that you can...
Just disgusting hold, that one. To the stein, though, which will feel better than the previous.
Yes.
Vivian, this is impressive stuff. She's got plenty of time to do this.
Yes, she's moving really fast.
And has to readjust those hands as well around that Fig 4. Okay, so there is Lim. He's got ready to go. Athlete number 10 for the men out of 16.
Another strong Korean athlete. So let's see how he solves the cracks moves.
Well, he's immediately struggling, actually. Hasn't quite got the height on this first move. Really struggling, wow.
Yeah.
What, is he missed a hold? I don't know, but it's a real reach for him then. Vivian, the crowd, the decibel level here in the stadium is risen.
Yes, it's a home crowd supporting her. That's really nice to have this kind of support.
Yeah, she's doing very, very well here. Plenty of time, nice and smooth. Oh, but for the first time she hesitates as I say that. Big kick in needed into the roof. Wow, and Lim still not quite settled in after that first move.
Yeah, he's moving a bit nervously. Very carefully. Sometimes it is just in the head. You see the move and you are like, oh wow, that's hard. And it stays in your head.
This is impressive stuff from Vivian, I've got to say here.
Yes, she's moving up with the figure 4s. But Lim maybe finally picking up some pace.
It's another huge reach for him.
Yes.
It's something about the way he's placing his feet, just is letting him down on those reaches at the moment.
Yes.
Vivian starts to speed up again as well. She wants a top.
Yeah, she's got some time. So now she will try to speed up a bit and just aim for the top or as high as she can.
Lim with another massive lock
again,
off.
So big reach for him, but
wants to use his hand or at least find the hold. Makes the clip first of all.
Yeah, I think he wants to touch it to see where the good spot is and then move into it with the Isaacs.
Okay, so here goes Lim into the crux. Actually, he's made everything look like a crux so far, so I'm a bit concerned. Meanwhile, Vivian, still with the encouragement, checks the clock, uses her hand.
Yes, she's moving steadily.
Falls! I don't quite know what happened there, but she was just gone in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think she probably didn't find the exact hole. And that's a bit unlucky. She maybe didn't expect that, but it was an incredible performance.
Well, Lim has actually made the crux look pretty simple after all that, so...
Yes, and the score doesn't ask whether you struggled or not. You just have to make it.
Good point, yeah. Yeah, forget about style. Could just do it. Lots of hearts coming in on YouTube. A lot of support for Vivian as she's back down. She'll have to wait and see for finals, but she was up there.
Yeah, she was quite high up, but it's all about how the coming athletes will deal with the route.
Huge for Lim again.
Yeah, it's he has to move his hand to the furthest point of the Isaacs.
That right foot as well. I think he needs to move the right foot closer in, skip the left foot out, and that's what he does now. A bit of a drop knee.
Yeah, that gives him in much more strenuous position, but he gained these few centimeters of reach that he was missing. So, yeah, he can move on now, maybe pick up a pace.
Another big reach though, but that one's easier for him. A reverse grip on the wrap as he comes into a fig four.
Yes, let's see if he can find... he seems struggle. Oh, reverse grip and figure four, that's really strenuous position.
I think this move's going to be a big one for him.
Yes. And
we've seen him...
Yeah.
Close, and he's going for the... Oh, no, he's not in anything there. No, and he plummets out a shot.
Yeah.
He was right on the edge of the hole. There's nothing to be had there.
Yes, I think it must be really hard to see from down below where the good spot on this hold is.
Right, Sejun Kim is out for the women. Another Korean athlete. Big squad they've brought to these competitions.
Yes. Yes, exactly. They have a big team. Some names that I never saw before. So, yeah, it's exciting with new athletes getting really strong.
I managed to visit some Korean dry tooling gyms in Seoul, which I honestly didn't really know was a thing until I turned up. And they're such a good facility. Did you manage to climb on some of them?
I was in the bouldering gym in Seoul. And, yeah, that's amazing. You can really get... decent amount of training and everything experience there. So yeah, it's really important to have training facility, to have nice bouldering gym. So yes, it's really good for the athletes to have place to train and also community to support them. So
absolutely agreed. Yes, because so many athletes have sort of underground gyms, like in their basements or in their attics.
Yeah, exactly. And it's I live in Sweden and they are so concerned about the safety they would never allow.
You just need to do it undercover. Just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly. You have to start as an underground. And in many countries it is like that. You don't open it for public. Okay,
so Kim is through the pre-clip draws, clipping from now on as she moves into lead mode.
Yes.
She's about halfway through now. We're coming up, she's athlete number 8.
Yes.
And for the men, we're going to have Benjamin Bossard in a minute, so expect the roof to blow off once again with its audience.
Yes, another Swiss athlete, very strong.
You can see the clock ticking away on the left. The athletes will be able to see that on the wall, but also they get other people to shout up the times to them. And this is the slightly awkward moment here.
Yeah, some athletes seem not to like the ice barrel that much. it sets you off the wall, so your feet are to the side. It may be a bit strange to move there, yes.
Exactly. All right, Benjamin Bossard is underway then. This man would love to get into the finals. He's left himself in a good position to do so. Up in the top half of this semi-final.
Yeah, he's a brother of Selina Bossard.
Who did really well. She's still up in the finals at the moment as well.
Yes. So let's see how he can tackle all the cracks problems of these routes.
Well, making the big reaches that Lim seem to struggle on looking much easier. He's a taller athlete.
He's taller, exactly, but it's also a lot about strength and about positioning your body really well. Because, of course, we can see the advantage of reaching far, but what's not so visible is the disadvantage of being heavier for taller athletes.
That's a good point, yep.
And that can be really taxing on long routes. So, yeah.
So a lot of people are saying, go BB, Benjamin Bossard. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't know if he likes it, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Kim looking super smooth. It's hard, just very silky climbing from her. She reaches the halfway point.
She's already high up on the route, moving steadily, and as you said, really smooth and without hesitation.
So BB is doing well up to his big extended creature on the wall.
Now he's approaching the cracks sequence. Doesn't seem to have much struggle so far.
Well, he's got to wiggle those feet over, trust his floating stein.
You can see it's a lot of body tension here going on. Trying to find right direction on this hold. That is also very unforgiving. If you don't... Oh, that was a slip, but fortunately he had the next hold.
Yeah, he nearly lost it. I was about to say how the Swiss athletes move well on this wall because, it's a venue they practice in a lot. But he did have a moment there.
Yes, and the reach is not as long for him. Does the swing.
It's impressive stuff. No drama really, apart from that little slip from Benjamin Bossard as he nears the
Yes, that was a bit of a moment, but he can pick up again and another long reach.
Kim is on this nasty Stein move though. Once it's locked in, it's solid. Now she's got it.
Yeah, now she's got it, moving to the rock. A bit struggling to find I don't think she's got the good place.
Oh, so hold your breath a bit.
Dramatic, but hopefully it holds her.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that pick move around on the top of the hold.
Yeah.
And that hold is bad. She's not in the right part of that either.
Now she's got the right spot. She knows that. So...
Wow, well, drama. I know there's hundreds of people watching on YouTube right now. I hope you're enjoying this. Benjamin Bossard onto the pillar.
Yeah, he's moving up to these small, tricky holds, longer moves.
Reaches up again. Kim has reset.
Kim is approaching. Yeah, she has reset. She's resting because she sees the steep, overhanging part where she will have no rest for some while. She's hanging on her arms.
Yeah, so she's got to find something here. Meanwhile, Benjamin doing well, very confident through this pillar.
Yes, moving very steadily.
And it does look like Kim has missed a draw there, but I think it's the camera angle shot. It's not just the angle.
Let's see when the angle changes.
Yeah. Someone was asking about that earlier on because it just does look a bit funny.
I think it's further in.
Yeah. So watch Benjamin here because he's got this 2 axes in 1 hold move up onto the box.
Now it's to this box. I think it's a very awkward move. Makes them swing off the thin pillar. But and then reach very high up and very precisely. They need to exactly find the spot. It's probably a small hole that he needs to get his pick in.
I want someone to get to the twizzly thing. We haven't seen it yet. It's up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Benjamin is on a good way.
Yes, all the camera attention on him right now, but keep an eye on Kim.
Yes.
She's taken a while to get through that sequence of moves, though.
Yes, getting into the figure 4, figure 9 sequence.
Big boosty move up above her head, though. Awkward.
Yeah. Oh, and she's off. She didn't find the right placement, and that was just too much.
Yeah, I think she was getting a little bit tired. Right, Benjamin.
Yes.
He must be as well.
First, at least, to reach this plastic.
We're in the twizzle. The twizzle's in action.
Yeah.
And it is a
Figure 4
weird...
and a big swing.
Ooh.
Yes, that's a really big swing when you release the ice axe, and you still have to have enough powers to hold this.
He's not really on that stone hold either. That's risky.
It's risky, but he might be on the good spot, because there might be no better spot.
Yeah, that's true. When it's all awful.
Yes. I think it is just like that.
Reverse grip to go up.
Reverse to this very tiny hold. And another reverse stone hold.
He must be getting close to time here, and there it is. He is timed out. Well,
Yes.
Maria, look, we're going to swap you over now. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure that I got this chance. Thank you so much.
Always. You're welcome back anytime, and good luck in Chambéry.
Thank you.
Hope it goes well. We'll see you in a bit, Maria. Thank you.
Yes,
right.
see you.
Well, we're going to bring in Rob Adey for a little bit of a chat here. Now, Rob is the man who organises these events. He's the man behind the scenes at the UIAA. And he's going to tell us, hopefully, a little bit about the process that's coming up next week in terms of our Olympic selection. So, Rob, welcome to the commentary box. Thank you for putting on another amazing event.
Thanks for having me on the live stream.
Of course. Well, Rob, look, next week is a big one. Tell me a bit about what's happening in France.
Yep, so next round of the World Cup, third round this season in Champigny-en-Vanois in France. Regular hosts of the World Cups and World Championships, World Youth Championships. They've pretty much done it all. Amazing venue up in the High Alps. But next weekend's pretty special. So we hope to welcome some members of the French Olympic Organising Committee or who will be on the French Olympic Organising Committee to come and check out the sport, see what it's like, and potentially that could possibly lead to a proposal from the French organisers for ice climbing to be included in the 2030 Olympic Games.
Wow, that is super exciting news to hear that, because I think some people might think that because sport climbing is in the Olympics, it's a given that ice climbing is, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, not at all. So since kind of 2020, really, all the new sports that join the Olympics have to be proposed by the organisers. So for when sport climbing joined the Olympics in 2020, in Japan, it was the Japanese who actually proposed the sport, alongside several others. And it's exactly the same with the French in Paris this past summer. They had to propose the sport. So we are under the exact same rules. So the French, having recently been confirmed as the hosts of the 2030 Games in winter, we hope that they will be impressed enough by our sport that they'll be up for proposing it as a potential new sport.
And it is important, isn't it? Because, I mean, ice climbing is still fairly sort of low-key in terms of sport. So to have it into the Olympics would raise the profile of it, and especially for the athletes, that would be a massive deal.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, very similar to sport climbing, kind of the growth they've seen since joining the Olympic programme has been massive. And we really hope that ice climbing could benefit from the same.
Well, let's hope so. And we've got our Instagram displayed bottom left. So if you're listening to this, please go along and support us. Follow that channel because there's lots of action on there. All right, Rob, we're going to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much. And best of luck with the Olympics. I've got all my fingers crossed.
Okay, thanks
hope it goes well. Thank you, Rob. Well, we're going to bring in our next athletes into the commentary box here. We've got Clark coming in to join me, so he's going to come and take the second half of our semi-final, although we are a little further along in terms of the men's side of things here. So, hello, Clark. Welcome to the commentary box. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm enjoying the semi-final.
Yeah, it's been good.
You've been watching this, I know. What do you think? What's your impression of these routes so far?
I think for a semi-final, they've been quite good set. Like, they're getting far enough up the routes, and they don't seem too difficult, but I think we'll still see some good climbing to come. Yeah,
and you are part of, I mean, I can tell from the accent, you're from Scotland, right?
Yep,
so
from Scotland.
Scottish Dry Tooling Club, I presume?
Yep, that's the one. It's a really good club. Like, that's what basically got me into dry tooling, so, like, it's a great club if you're wanting to try get into it. just give them a message and then they'll take it from there, basically.
Brilliant. Right, 2 athletes on the wall. We've got Olga Kosek on the left-hand side. She was in action in the speed the other night. And then Jonathan Arthur Brown, Swiss athlete. He must be someone you look up to.
Yeah, he's super strong. Like, every time you watch him climb, you can just see that he knows what he's doing. And he's got really good technique as well. Like, he's just an amazing climber. I think he's a really good boulder as well.
Yeah, he is. You're right about that. I've heard. So good outdoor grades.
Yeah, I think that like transfers into triathlon because it's quite powerful moves. So yeah, I think he's kind of got that element of climbing that's helping him.
Well, you're getting a lot of support on YouTube, by the way. Jory says, "Love me a good Scottish accent." Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. Well, Jonathan Arthur Brown is approaching easily through the first of the main cruxes.
Like he's looking as if he's doing quite well. It'll be interesting. I think there's a hold, just the first hold onto this blue column. Oh, he's off.
Oh, a ping. That came out of nowhere. Oh. Well, that is I would have put money on him getting into the finals.
I was not expecting that. No. He'll probably be devastated as this is like his kind of home like venue. But you know what happens. Some holds just are unforgiving. Just ping off.
Well, we'll try to find a replay of that if we can, but right now we're going to stick with Olga Kosek here. Now, she's from the Polish team and very experienced as well.
Yeah, she's super strong. We had the GB team had one of their selection events in Poland, so we got to like climb with the Polish climbers, and like she's very strong. Once again, she knows what she's doing with all the holds, so she's obviously been training a lot to understand them quite well.
Yeah, and you can see the more experienced athletes have just not made any fuss at the bottom of this route.
Yeah,
they know it's quite easy.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. I think they'll be wanting to get through that as quick as possible, just so that they've got time at the top. So she's still got 3 minutes 50, so she's got plenty of time. But you need to be careful as well that you're not making mistakes.
Yeah, exactly that. Because this little overhang can suddenly eat up your time and endurance.
And energy, yeah.
So what's it like? I mean, you climbed on the Saas wall yesterday.
Yep.
Tell me a bit about it.
Didn't go great, to be honest.
Oh, mate.
This is my second World Cup, so I was in Korea and now I've been here. But it's like a completely different level to Continental Cups. Like, it's just a lot harder. But it's a really good experience. Like, for my first World Cups, I feel like I've learned a lot. So it's quite good being here and feeling the atmosphere as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a heck of an atmosphere in Saas as well.
It's really good.
But Olga had a little bit of an issue with the rope. I don't think it was a technical. I think it's just a bit of rope drag. And now she's through. And this is the hole. It's a bit blind from this angle, but you go out right.
Yeah.
There's a resin hold underneath that wall somewhere. Hooks it. Bit of a shake, though. Oh, the body tension required for that.
To keep your legs up as well.
Oh no, she goes. Almost hits herself on the way down. You can see the shake coming.
There,
yeah. Big moment for Olga. I hope she doesn't hurt herself. No, I think she's all right. She's holding that right arm in a bit of a weird way. By the way, you've got some support. Helen Clark, mum?
Gran.
Gran. Yep. Hello, Gran. Well done, Clark. Nice to hear your voice. Awesome. Legendary says, I'm unfamiliar with the rules. Will there be another try if you fall? No, if you fall off, you're done. Yep. Used to be the fact that if you fell before the first quick draws in a qualifying, you get another go.
Yeah, you would get another go. I think that was for safety reasons, so that people wouldn't go too far past the
Exactly,
draws.
We're climbing really high past,
But they've taken that rule away now. So
honestly, I think it was a good decision, in my opinion. It's weird to have second chances in the World Cup.
It's quite weird.
Okay, so who we got here? We got Young-Gun Lee. Now, this man won in Korea and really could win again here. He's so good.
Like, all the Koreans, I feel like their endurance is, like, phenomenal. Yeah. They've got really good endurance, which will help with this wall just because it gets steeper as you go further. But they're used to that with training overhangs all the time. So it'll be good to see where it gets to.
Absolutely. Well, Young-Gun underway here. Marine van der Steen will be out next for the women.
Yeah, she's really strong. I think in Korea last weekend she got second, I think.
Yes.
And she was climbing quite well, so it'll be good to see how she does here.
Oh, but this is the dodgy section. Young-Gun pops off the Stein the first time, stands up tall.
It's quite a hard move just to hold that position, fix your axe, and then get into this next hold.
Scary as well, you know, standing up past the Steinpool.
Yeah, it's quite weird. And it's quite a small ledge, so you got to be careful. And also that you don't slip off the sides, because they are really slippy.
Yeah, so a lot to say. This is the hold that spat so many athletes off, and it can happen at any moment.
Seems to be quite confident on it.
Yeah, he's looking good at the moment. You do need so much confidence with ice climbing, don't you?
Yeah, it's weird, like, you don't know when you're going to come off. So you've got, like, the advantage of just climbing and not really knowing when you're going to fall. But yeah, that also can have its negatives as well.
Yeah, and look how smooth this is. It's really someone to watch as a bit of a masterclass. Hits the wrap. Next hold, though, we know it's difficult. Now, I mean, looking at this hold, it's so hard to see, isn't it, the part you hit it?
Yeah, I was thinking this earlier. Some people seem to be going more to the right, but I think you're wanting to take it from the left and slightly press into it. It'll probably be a hold with just sort of textures on it that you've got to, like, trust. Yeah, not great. But he seems to be doing fine on it.
What made you want to start ice climbing then?
Well, it was really, I seen the Scottish Dry Tooling Club put out like a taster for youths, so I got a few of my climbing friends and I was like, right, I think we should try this, it looks great. And then we went to the introduction class, which was really good. Getting to climb with GB athletes, you know, is good, to be like put straight into it. And yeah, it was really good, and then I just kept training and now I'm here.
Awesome, and
So,
you're at World Cup now.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
amazing, isn't it?
It's great.
All right, Marianne is underway here, or about to be. Now, she had a nightmare last year in the finals, if you remember that one.
Yeah, I think
Totally
so.
misread a sequence.
Yeah, so I think she'll definitely be. She's probably really read this route quite well, just because she won't want to make that mistake again. But
yeah, it was a freak accident that happened.
Yeah.
I just remember being in the commentary box just thinking, because we couldn't work it out, because she was so committed to the wrong
she was
sequence.
committed to that one way bit, and then obviously that just wastes a lot of time.
Yeah. So, Youngyeon is on the hard move. He's making it not look very hard, though. But it's a big stretch. As I say that, he misses it three times.
I think it's the swinging box that just throws you off, because when you go for it, your axe moves. So you just got to be really controlled with it.
Well, he's locked in now. So Marianne approaching pretty much the section she had that moment on last year in this part of the wall.
I think you got to be quite careful here that you're not putting your feet on the concrete.
Yeah. It won't count, will it? I don't think
It's quite weird. I think in Bruno you're allowed to like smear on the concrete, but I'm not sure what the rules are here.
Okay. So
seems to be doing quite well. Just getting
the twizzle is coming up for Youngyeon, as I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'm wondering what this is. I think it's just...
It's plastic.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was ice, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to cause some problems.
No, it's plastic. I thought maybe you grab it, like a weird pinch thing.
Strange.
But no, it's like plastic with holes in it.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well. This is going to be the high point soon for him.
He still seems quite controlled as well. Like he's not rushing or anything. Not sure what this hold is.
I think it looks nasty, but everyone's made it look confident. But it's I don't love the look of it.
I think the pick's just sit in the back of it, so it might be quite good.
He just hooks in. Yeah. Marianne working her way up the right hand side. This little transition over in a minute.
I think Marianne's just making sure that all the holds are good. So obviously she won't want to fall low down. Seems quite confident though.
Yeah, she's looking good at the moment. We'll need to find some pace at the top. And look at this from Youngyeon. I think this might be a top. I'm not sure of his time, but he's very close to finishing. Big rope drag to get it in. Matches, and that could be our first top of the night. Afternoon.
That really well. Yeah.
He did, didn't he? No problems from Youngyeon. That should be finals, whatever. Only 3 to go for the men, more for the women. They're a bit of a way out at the moment. Marianne now finding a bit more speed, and she needs to.
Yeah, she'll need to speed up a wee bit just to make sure she's she's making the best use of the time, because she won't want the time out early, obviously.
Yeah, so 2 hands on that axe, pink tape throughout.
Yep.
And Marianne reaching high into the box as she brings the feet down low now, kicking powerfully into the plywood. 18 lead podiums in her career.
She has a very good climber. Yeah, she is really good, quite controlled as well.
Yeah, super good with the grip movements here. Nice lay back to make this move through. And the crowd just watching in awe here a little bit as the music suddenly stops in the background. Oh, if we lost power on the music, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? It's the Saas Bay. I want a bit of Linkin Park.
You need some music.
Yeah. So, Marianne approaching the roof here. Up she comes, dragging it through. Don't worry, it's not a missed draw. It just looks weird.
Yeah, I was thinking that there.
Yeah, people have been commenting about it. Said I panicked for a second because I have been known to miss that when athletes miss draws. But no, it's just the angle of this one.
She seems to be struggling a bit here, just shaking out.
Yeah, for the first time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty slippery on that black wood as well.
Yeah, I don't know how hard that'll be, because sometimes I think the main wall, the wood is quite soft. But this wood might be a bit harder, so it'll be more stepping on the wood rather than kicking in. She seems to have got that all right. Bit of an undercut there.
Yeah, she had a long pier up to check that hole before committing to it. All right, she's upside down now on the box, and this is where we've seen people get tangled up.
Yeah, it did look a bit awkward. I think you just need to get your feet in the right place like she's done.
Yeah, right now she finds them. She knows that it'll cost her a bit of time, you know.
Yeah, so she'll be wanting to speed up here, which I think she's doing quite well. She'll just need to make sure that she's not rushing too much, or else she could make mistakes.
Yeah, she's in 5th. There's lots of athletes to come, so she's nowhere near secure yet. High kicks, wraps the legs. She's getting so much support from Netherlands teammates, I think, on YouTube as well. Jory van Dop says, come op. I think is come on. Tristan Ladeval, meanwhile, is getting ready down low. He had a nightmare of a semi-finals in Korea, falling off a hold. I remember talking to him, and he was just watching the video endlessly, being like, I don't know what I did.
Trying to figure out what he's done,
But, he's experienced enough to know it happened.
That's the thing. It can just happen. All the holds in dry tooling, or most of them, anything can really happen on them. So hopefully we'll see some good climbing from them here.
Marianne approaching the head wall now as she goes through. She won't have a lot of time left though, needs to move quickly. And Tristan using his hands down low, as we've seen quite a few people do.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. It means that you can feel that you're secure, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's looking strong, using volume for his feet as well.
Yes, he is. Marianne will be close to getting timed out. That might be the announcement, in fact. She's going to get the... Yeah, that is time, I think, called for her. But high on the wall. Will she finish things off? Maybe it wasn't time, then.
Yeah, she seems to keep climbing, but it can be hard to hear from up there.
Yeah. And, why not? Why not finish the route into the stone? Keep an eye on Tristan as well, bottom right, as he gets these nasty double moves in.
Yeah, I was having a look at these holds, and it's all just small wee holes on them. So your picks need to be like razor sharp, just to make sure they're fitting in there.
Marianne approaching the top of her wall. I think she might have been timed out here. It's such a ridiculously long extension.
We were talking about this. It seems.
Oh, I've been told she's got 15 seconds left, so she has got time.
She's still got time.
So Marianne, then, this is important for her, climbing her way into the finals right now.
Seems to be struggling to get that stein.
Now she's been timed out, I think. She's going for points, not quick draws. I'd like to see a quick drawing. A little bit nervy here. Oh, she's been timed out. I think she'll just make this clip on the bottom one, And Tristan as well. I keep forgetting about Tristan. He's on the sketchiest bit of the route. Pay attention to that, because he's fallen off before in dodgy places. Has a long look.
There.
Marianne will be done.
Yeah, I think you need to get your feet in the right place for the men's route. I think that's why that volume might be there.
Yeah.
Just to get a good foot.
Oh, he's not using it, though.
Yeah, he seems to
just. That's better.
Yeah.
It took a while to wiggle the axe in.
Sometimes on these bits of like cord and stuff, you need to be careful you don't put your axe too far in, because when you move off, because you're further away, it's hard to remove.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be doing fine.
Yeah, wiggles the axe out. Yeah. Now this is the sketchy move, though. This big reach up into kind of nothingness. You hope there's a hold. Marianne down. What a performance from her. That's the high point. Not
She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, she will be.
Tristan's made that move, so he looks
easy.
He's doing well, yeah.
He should be one of those who makes every finals. You know, we almost expect him on the podium.
Yeah, he's definitely strong enough to do the moves. It's just how he's feeling on the day, how much sleep he's got, what he's ate, you know.
He's
all of these small things.
Big in the mountains as well, goes to Pakistan fairly regularly. He's got projects on the Duras and Chamonix, so yeah, big mountain climber as well.
Yeah.
And lots of time, 2:40 on the clock, which is a lot of time actually.
Yeah.
Young Lee, of course, with that top confirmed on the left now. YouTube, how you doing? Don't go quiet on me. Should we have a little heart button bash? I haven't done that in a while, so smash that heart button. Let us know you're listening. Because we need it in the commentary box. It's cold, no one's bought us any coffee. It's terrible working conditions. But we are watching some of the best. And Tristan, that left foot skittered around for a sec, though. Thank you. There's the hearts coming in. Lovely to see. Cheers, guys.
Seems to be climbing quite well, quite controlled.
Yeah, Tristan's looking good right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Tristan.
Yeah. Just think is that Stein here, and then he's going up to this one.
I think, by the way, I mixed it up. I said Tristan fell off the hold. It was Luna who fell off the hold in Korea, the dodgy one.
Yeah, it might have been actually.
I got the brothers mixed up. It's terrible. Sorry, guys. Right, big high foot though. This is a sketchy move to come up on.
Need to see if he's controlled here.
Oh, how is that right foot staying?
Like 4. Yeah, just that swinging box.
So many people have gone for the big swing on that, and that was maybe a better way to do it.
I think if you're going for the swing, it will make it a bit more uncontrolled, and you won't be able to know where your axe is going to end up. Whereas doing the Fig 4 might just make it slightly easier.
Yeah, well, he's wiggling this in now. 1:07, plenty of time to hit the twizzle that's coming up next. Someone's asking Swiss cheese or Swiss chocolate. I'm going Swiss cheese.
I don't know.
But not a lot of it. I don't like a fondant. It's too much.
Not too much.
Little Swiss cheese.
I think we actually ended up buying British cheese when we went to the shop.
Just watching Tristan here swinging, holding it just about.
You want to get a Fig 4 in here.
That was so risky.
Oh.
Still hasn't got it in. Not much. That twizzle's gross. But he's in now, I think. Nearly lost the axe as well. So hang on, you bought British cheese?
Yeah, I think we ended up buying British cheese rather than...
Accident? Is this an accident?
I don't actually know. I think it might have been on purpose. It wasn't my buying choice.
Okay, fair enough. I live in France and I do miss a cheddar.
Yeah.
They don't do cheddar very well. Right, back to the athletes. We're watching Franziska Sturmblacher climbing as well. Qualified high up this order, another Swiss athlete. And Tristan trying super hard now as he approaches nearly the end of the walk.
Yeah, it's probably good that he could probably speed up now.
I think he might have been timed out here.
I think once you get to the top of the wall, you're wanting to speed up maybe, because you know you've probably got far enough to get into finals, but you just want to make sure by speeding up a bit.
Yeah, good point. Well, the legs go past Franziska. Penultimate last Swiss athlete, Sina Gertz, qualifying in first place. She'll be last out here this afternoon. And we're coming up to around about 10-1 here. And I can't remember when the finals is tonight. Is it 8 or 7?
I think it may be 7.
Yeah, I think it is
so.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, I should know that, but around about 7.
Tristan seems happy there.
You could, if you go onto the, he does. If you go onto the YouTube channel for the UIAA, it can tell you when all the broadcasts are, so you can be more organised than me. Franziska with 5 minutes 46 on the clock.
She seems to have good pace here, but she's not going too quick. Just big lock off to get to this line.
7 o'clock, I'm being told on YouTube. Jan Havel, knowing more than me. Thank you, Jan. So yeah, 7 p.m. Central European time. It'll be a heck of a party in Saas, so come and join us for that. Francisca, meanwhile, has a lot of climbing to go. The women's route coming all the way to the top of this ginormous wall here, over 30 metres. Oh, cutting loose, wow.
Yeah.
That's confidence from her to do that.
She must be feeling quite relaxed. Yeah. She looks at it anyway, like, she seems as if she's playing well. That's a big part of it, just the head game.
Yeah.
Like, before you get on the wall, just having, like, a routine and stuff.
So I know Scotland's got a Continental Cup coming up in Edinburgh, right?
It's Sunderland, I think. Sunderland.
Okay.
Which is a massive wall. I think it's 30 metres.
Okay.
So that's going to be really good. I think we're having 4 qualifier routes, so it's going to be a lot of climbing, which is quite good. But yeah, it was really good comp last year.
Yeah, I remember watching a bit of it. It's like plywood on a climbing wall, right? Yeah, it gets bolted on. So, Francisca, this is the section where we've seen it go to pieces for a few athletes. You've got to be careful through this section. Who's, as you said, looking very, very confident, though.
Yeah.
But down in 10th at the moment, so needs some more holds to get into a final.
Still got 4 minutes?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
What's the time? Seems to make that move look easy.
Yeah, turns through. Meanwhile, Luna Ladavout enters the stage, brother of Tristan.
Yep.
Qualifying 1 place above his brother.
Yeah, this is a guy to watch. I think he's probably the most famous out of all the ice climbing athletes. But yeah, we'll need to see how he does.
Yeah, he had a bit of a moment in Saas last year, so he wants some redemption as well. Francisca moves through the first of the big stones into the second stone, kicks high above her head into the bottom of the wall. And this heel hook, we've seen that before at the very beginning.
Yeah, it seems quite awkward, but it'll help her get into that big 4.
Do you like? I can't believe you guys heel hook. It blows my mind.
Yeah, I think these boots have like rubber at the back for heel hooking, so it can be quite useful in some situations.
It just sounds terrifying to me. So Luna, second last athlete out, takes his time getting warmed up and ready to go.
Just having a look at the route as well, make sure he knows all the holds.
It's been a while since observation. The athletes do get 6 minutes, I think, to check out the route and sketch the route if they want.
Yeah, I think that's quite important, being able to sketch, because then for all your time in isolation you can be looking at it, figuring out your plan.
Yeah, the memory of these athletes is amazing. I always find I can't remember it all. So Francisca's nearing the head wall here. She's deep into the head wall. Should have a couple of minutes left on the clock as well.
Yeah, she's playing really well. I think she's got the time because she did have a good pace at the start, so it's really helped her.
Luna looking smooth. He's a very confident climber.
Yeah, he is. I think it's just from experience. He knows all the holds, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when he's on form, he's on. Now, Francisca's around about 2 minutes-ish on the clock now, so she's got loads of time.
Yeah, she seems to be doing well. Hopefully, we should see her top, I think. She's got enough time.
Yeah, plenty of time. Marianne did get timed out. Can Francisca do a little better here? She's certainly got the time to do it. Up into one of the last quick draws. Keep an eye on Luna as well, though, as he approaches the crux.
His feet are quite low here. Yeah, he should be standing up. There we go.
Luna really into that Steinpole, which I think is a risky way to do it.
Yeah.
Francisca must be close. That's the last proper quick draw on the route. And it's wiggly up there. The whole wall is moving.
It's interesting. I don't know if...
It's going to be a top, the golden hold at the end. Got to clip the draw and then match. That is our first top for the women. Awesome to see.
Amazing climbing there. That was really good.
And the Swiss crowd understandably go crazy.
Yeah, they'll be very happy about that. So she'll definitely be in finals, which is good.
Yeah. Who gave someone a horn? I think that's a literal horn. Wow. By the way, Augustine is very annoyed that we talked about British cheese whilst Tristan was climbing. Augustine, I don't care. You've got to talk about cheddar. You know, it's important sometimes. Right. I've annoyed the French. That's not a first. Right, Luna up towards a big hold. This is a real sketchy move, isn't it? It's in though, that's good.
Seems to just have about got it.
Yeah, smooth from Luna. Wow, that really is a horn.
Yeah. I think there was bells yesterday as well.
Was there? Wow. Awesome. Francisca down on the ground, our first top, so she'll move into first place. Do remember, just to remind people, there can be appeals sometimes in ice climbing.
It's usually for... Sometimes holds can break, obviously, so that's probably mainly why it would happen, but also just other things can happen. But...
The reason I'm bringing it up is just because sometimes when we go off air, things might change.
Yeah, it can change.
Yeah.
Just sometimes that happens later on.
Yeah, so these results are provisional until they're confirmed, and they'll be confirmed off air. But Youngkyun Lee is the only one to top the men's route, and Luna is climbing up towards the top 8. Now he's inside it, so a couple more positions and he'll be guaranteed.
I think this is quite interesting because it's quite narrow for the feet. Just got to be careful where you're kicking.
Yeah, because you can't hook the structure as well with the feet.
Yeah, just got to be careful with that.
We saw a DQ in Korea.
Disqualified, yeah.
All right, top of the pillar, an enormous move to the twizzle to come. Wants the crowd behind him as well.
I don't know if that was shaking out or hyping the crowd or both, maybe.
Yeah, you got a point there. Bit of both, perhaps. Multitasking from Luna.
I wonder if he could kick his feet into this swinging box, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a bit high.
Yeah, that angle makes it look no, doesn't it? But he just goes from the top of the pillar. That's strong to lock off that left arm like that.
Need to see if he holds this.
Oh, that's the swing.
Hopefully he can get into the Fig 4 quickly.
Yeah, he's looking around for a feat somewhere here. It's a nasty Fig 4 though. It wants to box, but the box is moving.
Managed it there, just matching the hold.
Finds the good point. Oh no, it slides down. Oh,
I think he's just trusting it.
He is, isn't he? He's a brave climber, as Luna. Just doesn't gout himself. I think that's why when he falls off, it's quite a surprise to him. All right, so Luna pulling through.
Still got a minute 20 left, so
lots of time, eh?
He's nearing the top now, so hopefully he'll get the top.
Yeah. Well, there is the top for Luna. Will it be top number 2? If he does, it will get him all the way up to the top of the leaderboard due to count back. A little bit of a fiddle. Needs to match. Does. And yes, that is the top for Luna Ladavant. Good work from him. So that's 2 from the men.
Yep.
Meaning Luna is safely into the finals tonight.
Seems happy about that.
Yeah.
And very tired.
Yeah, he does a bit, doesn't he? He's got quite a few hours. Is he number 1? Is he number 2? He's asking. You're number 1 at the moment, Luna. So we've got 5 women to go, and there is our next female athlete, Haruku, who spent a lot of her off-season on the European circuit, competing at various events in Bern, and then she was in Amsterdam, I think.
Yeah, she's a very strong climber. I think she just holds on to her tools. She won't let go.
Yeah, endurance fiend, basically. Jory says the twizzle is the real star of the day. I agree.
It's an interesting hold, definitely is.
It is. Yes. I'm not sure how I feel about homemade holds generally, but
I'm not sure. I think it can be good in some ways, but also sometimes you don't know what you're going to be using.
At least everyone's in the same boat, which is they don't know how it's meant to be used. So that's fair enough. It's fair, I guess. Haruka underway then for Japan. Great to see so many nationalities represented on the World Cup.
Yeah, it's good to see that there's a lot of people from all over coming to compete.
Someone actually mentioned that on the live stream, how cool it was to see.
Seems to be quite constant here.
Yeah, exactly.
Big walk off, just going up to this stone, searching about for it.
All right, so Haruki underway here now, nice and smooth through the bottom. Into the ice.
Managing to keep her feet away from the concrete, which is quite good.
Yeah, you're right about that. And it looks quite close on that angle, doesn't it?
Yeah, they must have been told during the tech briefing that they couldn't use it because nobody seems to be touching it.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the feet away as much as possible.
Big walk off again.
Yeah, and we're watching some skiers down there from the... the skiers coming in, partying there, enjoying their time.
They're loving it.
Yeah, they are. Saas is a massive ski area. So lots of people coming by. You can hear this event from all over the village.
Yeah, you can. It's like when you're getting closer, you can hear everyone inside. You know something's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Drawn to it, aren't you? Right, Virgil Devon, the last athlete out for the men. This is a bit of a beast of a climber. Super, super strong and really looking good this year.
Yeah, very strong. So he must have qualified in first yesterday. So he climbed well. Be good to see if he can get a top. Yeah,
I think when the route suits him and he's climbing well, he's pretty unbeatable out there. And, as I said, very physical climber.
Haruko's just checking the holds and matching on the stone.
Yeah, she's pretty slow at the moment, but the women do have a much more time, so maybe it's okay. Yeah, we will keep you updated. The team in my ears are telling me if the athlete's close to timing out, so don't panic about that. We'll let you know.
You can just see how steep the wall is in this shot.
Yeah.
Just increasingly getting steeper.
Yeah, I love that shot. It's so layered, isn't it? So Virgil, nice and confident down low as he climbs through that bottom section. Haruko up towards a pretty blind hold, but she's liking the position of that pick now. Jory is asking, do the athletes just rest between qualies and finals? Well, you would, unless you're a speed climber. The speed climbing qualification and finals happens between the lead and the semi-finals.
Yeah, so they don't get much rest.
No, they don't. If you're an all-rounder, you have a lot of work to do.
Virgil seems to be climbing well here. Used intermediate handle there, just to make that hold feel a wee bit better.
Yeah, crux section for Virgil. Last time we'll get to see this sketchy move for the men.
Just working the feet up there, making it feel as good as possible.
Yeah, there's no shake going on, but there's so much tension needed to stand up on that Steinpool like that.
Yeah, a lot of core. Haruko's starting to come into the roof now. I think she's really strong at Fig 4s and stuff, so she should get through it quite easy.
Yeah, she's picked up the pace, which she needed to do. And now she's looking pretty good out there. Into what can be a bit of a dodgy moment. Meanwhile, Virgil is easily through the men's bottom crux and swingy moves to come now.
Yep, made that look easy.
Linkin Park has started in the background, the classic Saas soundtrack coming through. I'm a big fan. I'm okay with it. So Virgil up into the bottom of the pillar now.
Seems to have gotten that hole easy enough, figured out where it was, and then throwing the Fig 4 just to get more height.
Yeah, it's smooth from Virgil at the moment. We'll put some money on finals for him, the way he's climbing right now. Haruko, meanwhile, is tangled up underneath, but looking like she can work her way out of this.
Shaking a wee bit there. She's came out of the Fig 4.
Right. Oh no, a fall from Virgil. I cursed him there. He looks down. He has no idea what happened. That was... What a moment to go from Virgil. He was looking absolutely in control.
He was looking strong and he was climbing quick as well.
Yeah. Wow, that is a shocker. Virgil, I think, will be out of finals. So not making it through means we turn all our attention over to the women. Virgil down on the ground, shook his head immediately when he came down, and look how disappointed he looks.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Ice climbing is just so harsh, you know. It's one of those. Then you have to think about it for so long. I mean, at least there's only a few days before the next one. All right, Haruko has about 1:30 left on the clock.
Lost the foot there.
Now locks in the pick. Alright, shaking out hard here. That was a bit wild from her.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was a good hold she was going to.
Interesting, she's not using a fig 4 here.
Oh, yeah, good spot.
Just keeping the feet in the wall. Will
Yeah.
probably save a wee bit of energy.
Yeah, true. Well, the clock is ticking away, and a minute sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's a long
It's not.
extension.
Heel hook on the stone there.
Yeah. Oh, and then, picking this. Oh, jeez. I've spent a lot of time walking around on rocking crampons. I don't know what that feels like. It's not very nice.
Just having a shake out.
Oh, she's searching for something on the volume. There's nothing there to be had, though.
Yep, that's another big walk off. It's hard finding the holes in these wee holds, but she's managed to do it quite well there.
Yep. All right, up she goes, off on the metal hold, reverse grip on the left-hand side.
Picking up the pace a wee bit as well.
Yes, she is. She's only got 10 seconds. She needs it. She's in 7th, and there's lots of athletes to come, so it's nowhere near guaranteed for her. That's the top, the touch.
She might have got the touch there for that hold. Not sure if she would have got the full point though.
And down she comes. Well, that is going to be a risky one for her. In 6th as it stands. 4 athletes to go, and all of them great.
Yeah, so last 4 have qualified in 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, so
yeah.
Technically they should be the strongest climbers, but who knows, anything could happen.
Exactly, we've got Wooten Shin, who's a legend. We've got Lorena Beck, who's on form. Catalina Shirley, who's won multiple times recently. And Sina Gertz to come, who took victory in Korea. So this is going to be a massive end to the women's comp. Haruka will have to wait and see on that one. She's so pumped, she can barely stand, I think.
I find that's a lot. You need someone to undo your knot just because how pumped you are.
I discovered this the other day. I got delayed pump, which I'd never experienced before. Like I wasn't pumped when I was climbing the route,
but then when you come down, you're like,
it was like cold eggs, you know, like a hot egg. Sorry, I was in agony. Well, she leaves the stage, and next up we have Wooten Shin coming up. Now, this lady's won the overall last year. She's super experienced, but she did have this moment in Korea recently. Couldn't do a move, which was unexpected. So, yeah, real surprise. So, you know, it happens in ice climbing, but she'll want to improve on that.
Yeah, she'll want to have a good climb here.
Yeah, exactly that. So the rope is pulled through. Remember, the men's is done. We will show you the results for the men's at the end of the competition. There's also a results service for the UIAA. I think if you just type in UIAA results, it comes up there.
Yeah.
There we go. So you can follow along live. Same for the speed as well, if you get a bit complicated by that. Let's just talk. We always talk about the Scottish Dry Tooling Club one more time.
Yep.
So where are you guys actually based?
So we're based in Glasgow. We focus in the Glasgow Climbing Centre. So we've opened up a new training facility called the Toolbox, which is amazing. It's helped everyone train and get a lot stronger. If you're wanting to come along and try it, just give us a message on Instagram. Or
and Instagram is what?
Scottish Dry Tooling Club. I think that's it. Or there's the Toolbox Instagram as well, which is just the Toolbox GCC, I think.
Okay. And you guys have got a bit more support this year. I know Rab have come on board.
Yeah. So there's a film out about the club. I think you can get it on Epic TV.
Yep.
And it's really good. It just shows you the insights of everything that's behind the scenes and what it is like to be an athlete. Brilliant. Which is really good.
Yeah, go watch that. Right, Shin is on now, tying in the knot, getting herself ready. And yeah, this lady is the absolute ice queen. She's so calm when she climbs. Endurance for days. I love the white tools as well.
Yeah, very cool.
If I had white tools, my tools would be immediately dirty.
Yeah,
straight away.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. She's clearly far more less messy than me. Okay, so here we go, everyone. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for still watching. There's lots of people watching this, actually. I think it's one of the biggest ones we've had for a while. So good to see you in a semi-final.
It's a good one to watch as well.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very good comp.
What a way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Right, Shin, easily through the ice. Nice and quick from her.
That's the thing with ice, you can go quick, it's good holds. Nothing to worry about. Big lock-offs again.
Yeah, it is. They're quite big moves, deceptively so through here, but I think the holds are pretty good. From what I
they seem
understand.
to be alright. You just need to work your feet up high, and then you're just using your hand to basically hold you into the wall.
Yeah.
And then your feet's basically pushing you upwards.
Exactly right. Avoid the concrete here, which she is doing, just keeping her body weight over towards the right.
I've seen some people put a high foot in the ice. Yep, there we go.
It's just awkward to avoid the concrete, isn't it? But she's out of that now. We'll enjoy moving away from that box.
She's got good pace. Moving quite quick.
Yeah, nice pace from her. 6:20. Only one athlete has topped the route out. Francisca, the home athlete, is doing really well on her run. Okay, up above her head, into the metal now. The crowd at her eye line enjoying this.
Yeah, I find it really weird to watch because you can be right there with athletes.
Yeah. A few times I've been worried about being hit by athletes. Yeah. I've been trying to get the shot, and
there was a few close calls yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some great shots of people dancing along, watching, supporting. So if you're in Saas and you're listening to this, what are you doing? Come down here. All right, up into the arch, gets steeper from now on as she moves these feet through.
She's working up the toe, getting the most height she can.
Yeah, Shin is going to be climbing right to the very top of this wall, you'd expect, if she's on form, unless, but I said this last time, she had that move she couldn't do.
She's definitely got enough time, just need to keep the composure.
Alright, locking off that Stein, up she goes. And look at the composure's right, it's a great way to describe it. Like, even this clip, right, she knew where her clipping position was, didn't try to clip early on it.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, do the climbers like it in Saas with the audience that close? Is it distracting sometimes?
It's... You don't really notice it, you're sort of in the zone, so you're not noticing it, but I think sometimes you spot, someone taking photos just from the side, so that can throw you off a wee bit, but just got to be focused on the climbing.
It's part of the game, I guess, a little bit, So Shin just flowing through the routes as she does. Super smooth, beautiful climbing. It never goes wrong for her until it does. Which I know is obvious, but it looks like a walk in the park, and then suddenly she can bump into something.
Happens,
yeah. But at the moment she's looking good. 4:12. Might want to just slightly increase the pace here. But she'll know she doesn't necessarily need to top this thing.
Seems to be making every move look easy, which it's definitely not.
No, it's not. But pacing is important in this semi-final. You'd imagine that the setters are going to swap it round, so the women's will be shorter and more bouldery, and the men's will be longer in the finals later.
Not sure. We'll need to see. They've also got this extension on the top of the wall, so we don't know if it's going to be easier and they'll possibly get more people onto that wall, or if they'll still make it just as hard as every other year.
That was certainly the plan for the women's for the semis.
Yeah.
The set, as Yannick was telling me, it's meant to be a little bit easier down low.
Just so they can get more climbing time, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, you want to use that extension. It's kind of one of those things, isn't it? All right, locks off the stone. That was so simple. Remember Haruku's big move into it. No issues for Shin.
She seems to be using the Fig 4s and Fig 9s. Might waste a wee bit of energy, but maybe a bit more controlled and secure.
Cracks in a heel hook immediately as she rocks up on it.
It's interesting, a lot of people are using that. They've obviously read the route quite well and figured out that's a good way to take some weight off their hands.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, into the head wall. Almost 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, a lot of time.
This is plenty of time for Shin. I would imagine she's going to be clipping those quick draws at the top.
Yeah, hopefully. She doesn't seem to be rushing though. Taking her time, good pace.
Okay, up towards the metal, into the reverse grip now. When she's on form, she's just... I mean, I said this, in a video actually in Korea that she just looked unbeatable in the semi-finals.
Yeah, she looks very confident as well, but anything could happen.
Right, a couple of moves to go though, up towards this green one. It's a bit nasty this, and yeah, look at that wrap come off immediately.
I was looking at this on the training wall. It's such a bad wrap. If you take it just slightly out from the wall, it just slides off. So you got to be really careful with it.
It's going to kangaroo hop, as I call it, up. But yeah, not enjoying this yet. She goes for the another wrap, and it comes straight off. So Shin, for the first time in the whole route, pauses to think.
She may try to get this clip again, just to save her getting it when she's on that bad hold. Not sure though.
Well, this is kind of what happened in Korea, that she had a moment and it just stopped her. She's going to click off the big four.
Quite a lot of rope drag, it looks like.
Oh yeah,
it would be difficult to pull it up.
Well, she's up into 5th, so she is technically guaranteed a finals.
She should be good.
It's interesting how this a stopper move has got her again here. Goes from the other side of the wrap.
I'm not sure, maybe her hicks are thicker than most.
Yeah, maybe.
She's maybe pushing the axe out from the wall.
This is a nasty way of doing it. Surely not. This is so sketchy. She's got to weight it as well. And is shaking out. I'm holding my breath here. Creeps up towards it. Surely not, but she is safely through.
She's managed to get it.
She didn't wrap the wrap. Wow.
Surprised that even held. That was amazing.
Honestly, I was waiting for the pop. Any second, I was like, she's gone. She's got to be gone.
As part of the head game as well, though, she knows that she's not got a lot of time, so she's just got to do whatever she can to get past that bit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, up she goes. 17 seconds left on the clock here.
Get that clip and then move.
Clip in. Last couple of moves. I'm not sure she's going to top it, but she's into the finals, whatever happens. Our clock runs down. It might be slightly out on the official clock, so we'll have to wait and see. There's time calls. So, job done.
Really good climbing.
All right, well, she is done into the finals in second place, a 38 compared to Francisca's top, and just 3 athletes to go now. Lorena Beck, Catalina Shirley, and Sina Gertz will lead us off. Just a bit of housework. I want to remind everyone that the Thin Ice documentary that explores last season's climbing made by the Tech Native team, that's free to watch on YouTube. 5 episodes? 4 episodes? I can't remember. 4 or 5 episodes. Up on YouTube, 5 episodes up on YouTube, so you can go and watch that for free. And you know, we're talking about all these athletes. Go behind the scenes with us. You can learn about their personalities, what makes them tick. It's fantastic, and it's a good watch. So you can go and see that. Right, that's our top 3 as they stand. Selena Bossard climbing second, still in third. Very impressive from her. Emma McSwiggan into the finals in 4th. That will please a lot of the Irish contingency watching. And a couple more to go here. Lorena Beck, Catalina, and Sina Gertz. Some of our crowd there enjoying. I think they've been snowboarding before. So what's next for you guys? Are you straight to France to climb, or are you having some outdoor climbing first?
I think we're going straight to France, but I think we're planning to possibly do some skiing.
Okay.
And also, I think there's a an outdoor dry tooling venue roundabout, so hopefully go do some of that as well.
Now, if I was a coach, I'd be telling you definitely not ski.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds risky.
We don't know. Hopefully we'll just take it easy, but
you won't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to take skiing easy.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a discussion, try to figure out if it's a good idea or not.
That's fair enough. I mean, look, I'd promote skiing. Skiing is great. I'm just worried as you as an athlete.
Yeah, maybe not near a comp. Not a great idea, but
maybe. Maybe we'll see. And then for you guys, you following the whole circuit? You off to Longmanton and then Canada?
I'm not, so that'll be my final World Cup. But I think a few of us are going to Longmont, and then we've got Sunderland, obviously, for the Continentals.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, well, there is Lorena Beck. She was competing in speed last night as well. Another one who could easily make it to the finals here tonight.
Yeah, she's very strong. I think she's quite young as well, but she's a great climber.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. So taking her time just to make sure the knot is nice and good and ready to go. 7 lead podiums, 4 speed podiums, so a true all-rounder. Jacket off, ready to go. People are asking about how cold it is. It was -1 earlier on-ish, but the sun is out, but obviously not in a car park. So, yeah, athlete's struggling a bit with the cold. Okay, so we're ready. Lorena Beck underway, quickly through the ice.
Just using short handle, just no need to match or anything, just get through the ice as quick as possible.
When you say short handle, what exactly are you referring to? The hand position on the axe?
Yeah, so we've got short, intermediate, I call it, and then long. So long handle's the one at the bottom of the axe if the axe is upright, then intermediate's the one in the centre, and then we've got short, which is the one highest up on the axe when the axe is upright.
Yeah.
So they all do different things. You want to mainly be reaching with long and then going off a short, but it just depends what hold you're going to.
All right, yeah, so lots of different positions to think about. It's a reverse grips as well, you know, there's a lot going on. Okay, towards the ice now. She's a little bit slow at the moment, just making sure of those first few moves. She'll know she has to climb high on this route, won't want to make a mistake down low.
Standing on the feet.
Okay. Up towards these metal wraps. I still can't believe Shin's wrap earlier on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was a full-on sequence of moves, that. Right, clip in. She is being careful of this. Bit of a wiggle as she gets in the underclink.
Manages to go to short handle, just making the hold that she's going to.
Good spot,
better.
yeah. Her technicality is good when she climbs. And for someone, as you said, for so young, that's cool to see.
Yeah, although she's young, she knows what she's doing. She's obviously learned throughout her climbing career all the holds and best ways to kind of climb.
Yeah. All right, quick draws in, and then into this big stone hole that's pretty much just on the wall, isn't it? Apparently they take it from the local river.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's quite cool.
Originally, anyway, but I think these ones have been on, Yannick was telling me, about 8 years on the wall.
It's a bit like the smart stones as well. I think they're taken from wherever they're manufactured.
Yeah. All right, long quick draw. They're super extended just because of the amount of drag that could be created on this wall, but with a kind of wire so it doesn't flap around as much as a dog bone on a quick draw.
Gives us staying quite easy. Thing with the steins as well, you can stand up on them, so they don't always need to have the head pressed against the wall.
Yeah, floating steins like that, right?
Just as she's doing there, it's raising off the wall, just giving her more reach.
Yeah. Missed the kick the first time, now cracks in a fig four. Up she goes.
It's interesting to see some athletes using fig fours and some not. Obviously, just some are more confident with them.
Yeah, I had some bizarre information from some route setters who don't like fig fours. And you just think, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's kind of part of the sport.
I think some athletes, when they're outdoors, don't use fig fours.
Yeah.
And they just try to keep their feet on. But for competition, I think they're quite useful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just sort of, it's just a weird attitude to have. But I think it's super important because it's so unique as well to ice climbing. And, you know, that move originating from rock climbing, coming to ice climbing, it's just such a fascinating way of gaining a bit of reach.
I seen one of the Jorge, I seen him at a rock competition using a fig four.
Yeah.
Which was quite cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a crossover. Okay, so Lorena kicking in nicely into that plywood, standing up really tall and strong here.
Just getting the foot into that black volume.
Yeah, as we discussed earlier, it might be a little bit harder to kick into on that right, so you've got to be careful of the placement. Okay, over towards the right now.
getting the feet across.
Yeah, this is the sketchy moment. We've seen a couple fall in this place. That quick draws in though.
Yep.
Now it's awkward through this box.
It's moving a wee bit as well. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, hard kicks drive those feet in the wall and get established on this one. Quick draw in, head wall approaching, way up into the sunshine up there. That's how high it is. I don't think I've ever seen sunshine in a Saas broadcast.
Oh.
This is good work and plenty of time from her, up into 9th now, so a couple of places away from a guaranteed finals.
Yep. She's using the 5-4, reaching up. I think this Smartstone's in cut, so I think some of them can wrap it, and then other ones are choosing to take it just straight on.
Has the wrap now, that blade glinting in that sunshine that's awaiting her.
Just pushing our glove down, because they can sometimes like slip up the hand.
This is smooth stuff from Lorena Beck at the moment. Comes into the high grip of the tool. We're approaching that nasty sequence that Shin made look like hard work.
Managed to find the hole in it, so just wanting to shift their weight to the right, making that hold feel as good as possible.
Yeah. That tool wiggling around. Good trust from Lorena as she pulls up the rope for the clip.
Just having a shake, getting some energy back.
Yeah, nice and solid on the wall now. She hits the blues. So 40 seconds-ish on the clock right now. Just coming through. This is the nasty sequence. Yep. She's going to try to wrap it, isn't she? Mate, I think you were right about Shin's picks, you know.
Yeah, I think you can see that there's like some silver on Lorena's pick, which means she's probably filed it down, making it a bit thinner.
Yeah. All right, so she's up towards the top, into the Stein. All right, final couple of moves to go here.
Yeah, she wants to speed up now, just making sure that she gets as many moves in as possible.
Yeah.
Although it looks as if she will have done enough to get into finals. But obviously, she won't know that.
Yeah, she won't know that, but I think she'll have an idea for the crowd into 4th position now. Okay, a couple of quick draws. She's so smooth. She's been timed out, though, I think. And yes, now she will be called down, I think. Yeah, that's a little check. Yeah. Down she goes. Good work from Lorena Beck. Well, she's into the finals then. Just 2 to go for the women. We've got Catalina Shirley from the USA and Sina Gertz from Switzerland. I want to know if my USA contingent are watching. I know it was like 4 a.m. earlier on, so presumably it's a little earlier now, like 6 o'clock. So have you got some coffee? Are you enjoying it? Your athlete is up next, everyone. And your gran is still saying that you're doing a great job.
Oh, hello, gran.
And lots of people trying to plan trips. We had Rob Adey on earlier on talking about the Olympics.
Yes.
And so we're all excited about fingers crossed for that anyway.
Hopefully.
All right, Melody Sarah is still here, so she's still watching from America. Well done, Melody. I hope you got a coffee by now. You deserve about 3. So Lorena Beck undoing the knots. Yeah, lots of coffee, she says, indeed. Yeah, fair play. So final Scottish Dry Tooling. Do you guys go outdoors as much as you go indoors? Because you guys got some great outdoor climbing.
Yeah, so we basically, you pay for your membership, which is, I think, £40 for the year, which is really good. And you basically get to go to all the club events. So I think after this comp season we've got one for the Ben, so it's like 5 days and you get to go up the Ben and basically ice climb so you get paired up with somebody who's knows what they're doing, or if you know what you're doing, you get paired up with someone who's a bit more not experienced.
Amazing. And I heard conditions were good and then they got bad.
Yeah, so that's I've been wanting to get out, but it's like we're at a comp, the conditions will be great.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go back, and then the conditions will be horrible.
Yeah, of course.
So
The same with me with skiing. The second I
Yeah.
leave home, the skiing gets really good.
Gets really good. Yeah. Hopefully it'll improve once I get back from this trip, but who knows?
Yeah, Scottish winter climbing, you haven't heard of it before. It's just, wow. I mean, I think it's a disgusting sufferfest and I don't really want to do it. But when it's nice, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's good, but I think that's part of it. Like,
Yeah.
bad conditions.
I remember when I was at university, I was in a minivan, and the minivan was blown across the car park because the handbrake was off. Like, it's just, that's how strong the wind was. Unreal.
I think there's a bad storm just now over in the UK, so I don't know if many people will be out or not, but
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
In Scotland. Probably.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Someone will be.
Right, Catalina Shirley is almost ready to get underway from the USA. She won in speed the other day in Korea, and she could easily win here. Deep breath from her, and I know she's got so much support from back at home. She works at a climbing gym, I think, and they always seem to be watching, especially during the finals.
I think there's a lot of American athletes here as well, so they'll be cheering her on, obviously.
Yeah. And it's 5:30 in the morning, by the way, Melody Sarah has told me, so more reasonable time than 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Just. So, Catalina will take, or Cat as we'll call her, will take her time here. Look at that, 6 lead podiums, 4 speed podiums. Truly old school? All round, I meant to say.
So I dropped her two there.
Oh, that would be a disaster, because that's technically, you're done at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, once your toe hits the ground, that's you basically finished.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that on the first hold. So the love for Cat starts. Someone's just said Scottish winter climbing is what separates reasonable people from mattresses. Agreed. All right, Cat, nice and smooth, as we'd expect. Shouldn't be any problems for her down low here.
You can see her wiggling her axe there, just checking the hold, because if the hold isn't great and you wiggle it, it might pop out, and then you know to take it at a different bit.
All right, into the ice. She'll move through this pretty quickly. As a speed climber, she's used to the ice.
Yeah.
And it is very confident from her at the moment. You get the feeling with Kat that it might be her year this year, you know.
Yeah, she's been climbing very well.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll continue. And also her axes have 3 handles, so that gives her a bit more like versatility on where she's wanting to hold it.
A bit like Emir's axes.
Yeah. I think Emir's are Korean. I'm not sure if these are Korean.
Yeah, I don't know. Emir makes her own axes. It's part of this like conglomerate she's part of, so she designs them and so they're made within them. But they do look very similar. So maybe Kat's got the same. Tell me, USA, has Kat got the same axes as Emir? They look the same. Alright, into the rock. Nice and steady at the moment from Kat. Towards these stones that are screwed on those plaques on the wall. Some are just bolted straight on like this next one. But a very good hold. Kind of the equivalent of a jug, that one.
Yeah, it's quite good when you get one of these holds. You can shake out, have a rest, look at the rest of the route, because sometimes when you're on the route, it looks completely different from when you're on the ground.
Yeah. A little bit of a shake there to get that rope in. 5 minutes 15 on the clock. You can see that speed wall on the right. That's what the athletes were in action on yesterday.
It's a lot taller than I thought. I think this is one of the bigger ones throughout like all the venues, but it's very cool.
So Kat up high now on this wall, approaching the steeper part of it. Still confident climbing from her with 4 minutes 38 on the clock.
Managing to get those clips there. Looking confident.
So just to confirm, some people who have had a little look on YouTube, Francisca's score is under appeal. So she was on the top spot, and then Marianne was underneath, but currently her score is under appeal. So that's why it's been downgraded at the moment. We'll let you know when we know what's going on with that one. But that's why we can see that leaderboard there. So yeah, Francisca was on the top spot. She's not anymore. So Kat, meanwhile, under the roof. And these archers here. And just a little bit of shifting around.
Big move to get that hold. Was confident though.
A little bit of a shake. That pick is not in that tool. It's almost smearing. Can you smear in crampons? She is.
I think you can do.
Yeah.
I think she was using like the rakes, we call them there. So that's like the bits coming off the side.
Dragging down a little bit, yeah. Now she's got that the wrong way around though. Now finds it.
To find it, yeah. She's run down there. It could look different. So just harder to see where you're wanting to place the pick in.
Yeah. Gets a fig four in up towards the stone now. Locks that in. It's such a jug of a hold.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah. In ninth, pretty close towards a guaranteed finals position.
Just having a shake out, getting some energy back.
Yeah, she'll check the clock as well. Knows she has got plenty of time. 2:30 on the clock. And now that second of the stone holds worse than the first one for sure. You've got to trust it as you pull through here. And a nice wrap in. So coming up to 2 minutes left on the clock. 29, 8 is 30. So she's very close to getting into the finals here.
Hopefully she can just make these next few moves. Struggling to find that, but eventually does.
Yeah, has a lick. She's just taken a bit of pace off here, which is, because she's timed it well, she's given herself the ability to do that.
She's got the time.
Yeah. Okay, long stretch up. Couple of draws to go into the extension now. Crowd behind. Oh, she bobbles that. She's into 8th now. Now she's into 6th, so guaranteed.
Checking this hold. Think she finds it.
Okay, so looks down at the clock. A little flick of those ice axes to rotate it into the undercling. 1 minute on the clock here. Could we see a second top? She went through that tricky wrap really easily.
She's got plenty of time and she's moving through the moves quickly. She'll just be wanting to get as far as possible, making sure that she's got guaranteed final.
She's picked the pace up, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So Marianne was timed out on 38. Francisca's score is under appeal, remember, for the top. So this could be our first top of the afternoon. Up into an undercling. It's floating now. It's a stime.
There we go. That'll feel pretty secure for her a bit.
The wobble on that wall is full on, isn't it?
It would throw you off a bit.
I know.
Not used to that wall moving.
I don't like it. Yannick Glattard waiting at the top for her. Cat with 25 seconds should really top this out. She has to go quick though the last couple of moves. Up towards the gold hold, misses it. What is it in? 16 seconds, hits it, got to clip, got to match. She's rushing now. Drags the rope through. This should be in enough time. Gets it in, hits the match.
There we go.
And a top for Kat Shirley. I told you, she is really on it. She's on something at the moment.
Hopefully we'll see the same in finals.
Yeah, I mean, fist pumping. She is looking on top form right now, is Kat Shirley. All right, back down to the ground. And just Sina Gertz to go. And everyone, if you're watching at home, might want to put some earplugs in. The crowd is going to be super loud for Sina. Last Swiss athlete out. Last athlete out of our semi-final. Then after this, we'll have a little bit of a break. Come back at 7 o'clock for the finals. And that'll be a heck of a party. And then there is an actual party.
Seems happy.
She does, doesn't she? Should be top spot. Can that be beaten? Sina's going to have to really be going well to get that. And a big, big smile on her face as we wait for it to go through. Right, guys, if you're on YouTube, any last questions to send to Clark? He's here. Oh, we just got one. Erica Noon.
That's my mum.
That's your mum.
Yep.
Excellent. Hello, mum. Loving the commentating. It would be bad if she said she wasn't, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
she's kind of got to say that.
I would hope she'd be enjoying it, yeah.
People are saying Francisca touched the wall on the ice block. Yeah, possibly.
Right,
we talked about that. It could be a structure touch.
It's quite hard to call as a judge, I think, because they say that if you don't use it and it's not got any benefit to your climbing, it's alright, but it could have looked as if it's helped her get up the wall.
Yeah, remember there could be appeals on appeals, so we might finish this broadcast. There is your Instagram, down bottom left. So Clark Noon, go and ask him some questions, send him some love, give him a follow. It's fantastic. These athletes basically come in and help me out for free here, so it's genuine. I would go mad.
I'm loving it.
It's great. Wicked. I'm glad to hear it, mate, because I would honestly save my life on occasion. I think I go crazy. That's the crowd in the sunshine now, which is shining out there, allegedly. We're buried away in a box. Your mum's saying it's the most she's heard your voice since you left Scotland on Tuesday. Have you not been ringing your mum?
No, I've not. I'll do it tonight, though.
Of course. See, mum, you heard that. All right, Sina Gertz out last here. The Swiss athlete is looking good at the moment as well. Super, super strong, very burly climber, wrestles her way through the sequences. And, of course, after Francisca's score has currently been downgraded, she is the last kind of hope here for Switzerland. So fingers crossed if you're Swiss and watching this. Oh, that rhymes.
Yeah, we will be hearing a lot of the crowd, hopefully.
There will be. Alright, so jacket off, not done, and our last athlete is about to pull off the ground, just warming up those arms.
So it's quite hard. The athletes have the time when they're warming up in the isolation because they don't want to warm up too early and then get cold, and then they also don't want to leave it too late. So they're just needing to time it perfect. Yeah,
it's a tricky one, isn't it? And staying warm is so important, but you quickly get warm on the wall. You don't want to start cold.
Definitely.
All right, up towards the stones. Time starts to tick away here. Remember, 7.5 minutes the women had to complete this, which is, I think 8 minutes is the maximum, so it's up towards the longest time possible for a wall. There is Francisca down, and 9 her score got downgraded, so it was the ice block.
Yeah.
Oh, hard to take, but she will pass her teammate in a minute.
Can hear the kicking.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're in the commentary box near the wall. We can't see it, but we can hear it whacking against the wall. There is Rob Adey on our live stream. He's the gentleman who's coming on earlier to talk to the about the Olympics, keeping an eye on the proceedings. Okay, moving through this match now. I feel like you've got YouTube against you, by the way, Clark. There's a lot of people who wanted you to call your mum, basically. Like a bit of parental pressure on a YouTube channel. So 31.2 needed to reach the finals. That is high on the head wall. I can see the spacing on the black lines to show where all the athletes have fallen. Not many low slips, a couple under the roof. Sina looking a little bit hesitant. She's backclipped.
She just needs to be careful. She does this correct, what she has, because I should...
sorry, Z-clip, not backclip. Yeah.
I should undone the bottom one first. It would have counted as missing a draw.
That was a good spot from her in that moment, because she was about to be knocked out. Wow. Okay, well, that's Z-clip undone. It's a pretty dangerous thing to do, of course. That's why it's against the rules, because it basically eliminates one of the clips, and you can take a monster fall.
Seems to not have... disrupted her too much, though. She seemed to still be quite confident.
Yeah, I mean, she spotted it at the correct moment, and it was done nicely, so it should be okay. We'll wait and see. Hopefully no one's going to appeal that one. I like the screen on the screen of the audience cam. That's good. Okay, so leg over and up towards this roof. It's fast climbing from her. 5 minutes left, and already in 14th with that 19.
Use another Fig 4 here.
Yeah, 31.2 needed for a finals place. That's up towards the second half of this wall, into that head wall section. This is the risky moments here, though. That hole, it's interesting. Where the right pick is. A few people have got it wrong, but it's a big hole.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's got different textures on it, so it's hard to see where exactly to take it, but when you get it in the right bit, it's a good hole.
Okay. Well, this is the risky move. Really one to go before she's going to start progressing towards this finals. 14th at the moment. Okay, so kicking in nicely and a big, powerful move. Those are the kind of moves she's so good at.
Yeah, she seems to be really confident with that. Not struggling at all.
Yeah, flicks that leg over, but strong stuff from her.
So she's using like her rakes there just to kind of smear on the volume, like you said earlier.
I like the I didn't know that terminology. You taught me something, thank you. Rakes on the back.
Rakes, yeah.
Wicked. Everyone kind of kicks that quick draw on the way through. Not really a problem. Actually, probably helps by having it swinging a bit.
Managed to grab it easier.
Up to 10th, 26, number 32 needed. She's close now. This crowd would love to see a Swiss athlete through. Up towards the stones and into the sunshine above them.
Just burying her pick in that hole there, making sure it's not going to come out.
So deep, isn't it? Just crank on that thing. All right, so crossing through and shaking out. She's got plenty of time. 3 minutes left.
Makes that move quite easy.
Gets
heel
the heel
hook
hook
again, yeah.
It's a cool move, that. Do you practice it?
Not heel hooks necessarily, but if we're doing, like, we'll set routes for each other, and if we've got volumes and stuff on the wall, we might practice heel hooks. But sometimes we do want to practice like the things that you don't see often, because then when it does come up, you'll be ready for it.
It's coming more and more, isn't it? People are heel hooking on ice barrels as well. That's a thing now.
Yeah, a lot of people sort of like wrap their legs around them.
All right, well, she has got time, but she's really taken the pace down here. 2 minutes left on the clock, 2:15. Resting her way through.
Gets that hold first time.
Yeah, up into 8. So guaranteed finals now for Sina. Barring. Oh, now this is interesting. Francisca's been reinstated on the top. Sorry, just to reconfirm, that's not confirmed, that score, so she's not on the top spot, so there's a bit of a bug in the graphics there.
Just swinging that draw, make it easier to clip.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so in this hold, she's stained it, and then she was using the top of it just to position herself correctly.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, this. Getting stood up nicely here. This is approaching the top spot. 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, with this hold she's on, you don't want to fall too low or else she'll just slip off the bottom.
All right. Should easily be a top, really, unless she has a moment here. Hanging off, shaking nicely into the Steinpull.
Manages to get it and waits it there.
Up towards the final wrap. 2 or 3 holds to go here.
30 seconds left, so she'll need to maybe pick up the pace a wee bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because that last clip is a bit nasty, and she's got a fig 4 in here. Getting closer and closer, though.
Just using the fig 4s again.
Little kangaroo hop to finish things off. This is going to be 8 seconds. Got to be really quick here. Come on, Cena.
Come on.
Get that match in. Yes! Yeah. Nice one. Fist bump for the setter at the top. Cool to see.
You don't see that often.
No, you don't. Greeted by a friend at the top. Well, with that, we will round things up, have a look at the leaderboards. I honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys at home, have no idea what's going on in the leaderboards. It seems to be a little bit all over the place, so apologies about that. I tried to get confirmation, but I can't be given it. So what I'm leaving you with is what I know, but it might change afterwards. So do go onto the UIAA website and check that after things finish. So as Cena comes down, we're going to check out the men's results first of all. Remember, 8 athletes making it through into the finals. And here are the men's results. Provisional, of course, as they stand. Lula Ladovan leading the way with the top and a quicker time from Youngyeon Lee. After that, Tristan Ladovan, Benjamin Bossard, Andreas Gantner, Florian Gantner, Minchol Kim and Haesum Lim. They make up our top 8. So 21 needed eventually to get into the finals. And for the women, this is, as I said, completely provisional. We have no real idea what's going on. Francisca was up and down, but this is potentially our top 8, so do have a little look at the UIA results page for that one. But these are our top 8 as they stand. 31.1 needed, so Haruku did get into the finals as it stands on this result at the moment. So that is our top 8 who will be climbing later. Now we will be back around about 7 p.m. Central European time on YouTube for the finals here. Thank you so much, Clark, for joining me. Appreciate it, man.
That was great. I enjoyed it.
Wonderful having you here in the commentary box. Thank you to Maria, who took part earlier on. Right, we're off, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon. Get some lunch. Come back this evening, and we will finish things off here in Saas for the finals. Good night, everyone. Well, goodbye, everyone.